climbing up the side, knife in hand, or blade in hand, something in hand. You see this person climbing.
Well, I think we should do something.
Oh, am I up? Cleeg cracks their neck.
Yeah, I've seen you run really, really fast, Cleek. Given the situation, yes, I think you are indeed
Alright.
up.
I will be. Cleeg starts gunning for the tree.
He runs much faster than me. It's a solid choice.
Agreed.
I never played sports.
I think of it, neither did I, but I've read all about them. Oh. Fascinating things. Don't really get it, but
I've seen other people do it.
it seems to make them happy, so...
Well, so maybe we're both adequate at sports because you've read about it and I've seen it. That should be enough.
That's exactly what
Why
I think.
can't we run?
Cleeg is running for the tree.
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me.
Sound fair?
The nerds are bonding about sports. Don't mind them.
All right. Let's see then. How are you just sprinting for the tree?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's gonna take you a few moments to get there. As you're doing so, as you're running to get there, Drodoki has ascended into the home above. The, I guess, would-be assailant is, they're almost there. They're almost, say they're like 10 people. Fairly sure if you don't do something before you get to the bottom of the tree, they may be able to get in behind Drodoki before you're able to get up to them. It's kind of a race.
I think I have hand axes. Give me a second.
I don't have it written down because I'm a bad person at heart.
I may have to swap something out so you guys might,
Okay. But how fast could Alduin catch up? Because they don't need to scale a tree. Are there any windows in this place?
there is, in the side of the building there are a few windows hanging about.
It can reappear anywhere within 30 feet of you. So could I materialize Alduin
In the air?
further out?
Yeah.
Like in an emergency, like
Within 30 feet of you, they materialize. Boom. 30 feet in the air. Done.
okay. And because distance isn't my strong suit. They can't speak. I could telepathically speak with them, but Alduin can't talk to other people, right?
No.
Okay. It's always been a fuzzy thing, because some people are animal people, and it seems like they understand them. It's very confusing. So as Cleeg is darting out, Admatha also Alduin! And just shouts out, and the bird, just like getting shoved out of the cozy warm blankets from a dead sleep, starts to like materialize, like falling in the air. Shit! Kind of energy. Its little wings kind of finding material, anchoring to this plane, and starts to fly past you as well to try and catch up higher into the air, since it's a tree house. And it's a trek up.
So you want to do like a bit of a Beastmaster and look through the eyes of your familiar?
If there's a window.
Yes, there is.
Well, yes, I would love to spy on them.
So the bird lands on a windowsill. Now these are full houses. This isn't just a dinky little tree house. This is a full-blown, like, one-bedroom situation.
I'm jealous.
It's full bath, bedroom, kitchen, living room, like a small one-story cottage in a tree is what these houses are like. When you land on the when Alduin lands on the sill, you can see inside that Drodoki is standing there, and it looks like he's having heated words with someone. They are, they look to be bearing the marks of the Horse Clan. From what you can see, they are of elven descent. They wear comfortable, like not like a full-blown like bathrobe, but it's house robe, a something to wear because it's getting towards autumn right now in the Scarred Lands. So keeping warm while even in your home is still required.
From the beak of this marbled crow, Aldwin's going to squawk obnoxiously from the window, as if to try and get the attention. And that'll be my turn, as it were.
So you're using Aldwin to like squawk and like peck at the window?
Yeah.
While they're arguing?
Yeah!
Yes.
I don't want to get snuck up upon. They seem to be very wrapped up in something, and
I have an idea. You said they were ascending a ladder, right?
Yes, they are
like
ascending.
A rope ladder?
No, it's a nailed ladder into the tree.
There goes my idea. It was a rope ladder. I was gonna yeet it off the tree.
Just
yeah.
I mean, you could probably disrupt their ascent, because the rungs are individual. So if you could disrupt one of the rungs, you could get their attention and also slow their ascent that way.
If only we knew somebody with a bow.
He's on the cart. It's fine. There's rocks nearby, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, do you have any, did you take any throwing, implements? A javelin, axes?
I didn't write down, I think I took the Explorer's pack, but I have thieves tools.
Oh, yeah.
You should have, like,
I
part
think
of
hand axes come with that.
Yeah, hand axes you can throw.
I know, but I don't know if I want to injure them just yet, or just get their attention.
You can aim for the ladder.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
what I'm saying.
No, you can aim in front of them on the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 So as you're pulling out one of the axe, this elderly elf walks over to the window, slides it, just swings it open and goes, ah!
That's all.
Just get out, go! Before turning back to Judoki and saying, I don't care how long you've known me, and slamming the window shut.
Damn, I was hoping the eavesdrop better.
No.
Alright, so we're gonna get to your attack next, but I want to know what Samira's up to.
Oh, that's an excellent question. We probably said this in the beginning, I apologize, but roughly how far are we from the ladder? A couple of moments to get there at Klieg speed.
Like, now, since you moved in that direction, you're maybe, I'd say 50 feet.
50 feet, okay. I think having a hard time coming to a conclusion, but I think, because why not, what Samira's going to try to do is she's going to use thaumaturgy, and she's going to use it to, what's the word I'm looking for? Emphasize the volume of her voice, and just, I don't know if this is possible, but is it, okay, you know how those weapons exist that can tonally target a sound towards something very specific?
I very much know what you're talking about.
So roughly trying to, if you would, aim her voice towards this ascender on the stairs and just yell at them.
Thaumaturgy is one of those weird spells that lets you do
weird things.
A whole bunch of stuff. So let me take a quick look at it in the book directly, and we'll be able to decide what we do from there. Thaumaturgy. Alright, so it's also at the same time, okay, no, it gives you very specific things. No, you cannot I don't think you can boom your voice specifically. There's one that lets you like open all doors and windows. Oh, okay, that is thaumaturgy. It has a very specific list. You can boom your voice 3 times as loud as normal for a minute. You can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change for 1 minute. You can cause harmless tremors in the ground for a minute. You can create instantaneous sound that originates from the point. Aha! This is how you throw your voice. You can make a sound that originates from a point of your choice within range. So you can say next to their ear.
Oh, that's better.
Such as a rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd rather go more along the line if I can target it in that way with like the whisper route in their ear and just kind of project. If you're looking to harm our friend, you might want to reconsider that.
Make an intimidation test. I will allow you to use charisma for this roll.
Okay. Intimidation is in charisma in this on my sheet. So isn't it also in strength?
You could, depending on how you flavor it.
Okay.
I prefer to go with the skill. I picked the skill and the attribute
We have
separate.
reroll it.
Reroll it? Oh, you want to use a thing?
Fucking
Oh,
use
you
a
wanna
thing.
Use a thing?
Yeah,
A
fuck
fortune?
it. Use a fortune.
Oh,
We got
yeah, we're
double
fortune,
digits.
not
It's taking
fate.
up too much space
All
on
right.
the overlay.
Good. 16 fate.
Oh, how did I literally roll the same number twice?
Oh, it's gonna be a good night.
Oh, it's gonna be a great night. Anyway, that gives me a total because I have proficiency. Stop it, magnets. To 9.
Nine.
I'm not very scary.
9. Okay. But it's enough to distract. As he's climbing up, there's this moment where he looks around because on a ladder by himself and looks behind him. Everyone make perception.
Oh.
While you do that,
Okay.
I'll swap out a thing very quickly. So
It feels perception testers.
All
are
right, all
dangerous.
right.
technology change.
I actually see things. I see
Oh.
everything. I see sound. I see smells. I see color. I'm not proficient in perception, but I do have a plus.
I told you not to eat those flowers.
You know, I didn't think drugs would work on me.
You still have a
Yeah,
body
you have a
with
flesh
which...
and bone
Yeah,
body.
Now that raises questions, though. With blood not flowing through your veins,
It
how are
technically
bloods
does,
being
just like
carried?
sludge.
Oh, okay. So maybe these are flowers you ate like a week ago.
Delayed response drugs for the wretched.
Oh,
there
man.
you go.
There you go.
The wretched biology is a fucking thing.
We'll have to.
In that it's more of a suggestion than it is biology.
It's the implication of biology.
If you ever wanted to fucking like
Experiment.
experiment and research,
Oh,
you
we
could.
should while they're sleeping. We'll do trial and errors and we'll learn about ourselves.
Wait, while I'm sleeping?
Yeah.
I want to be here and learn too.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd yell at us, honestly. Yeah, if you don't yell at us, you could join.
Give me drugs, see what
if
happens.
I don't yell.
It's not the worst thing that's happened.
Okay.
I rolled miserably this time.
Yeah.
Different
I-
microphone.
These
adjustments
these are making
made.
me sad today, so we're
Yeah,
gonna
so
try
I'll-
these tonight.
I'm also swapping out a
I
child.
am never gonna
I
roll
need more
better.
children.
Here we go.
The first roll of the
All right.
day. Not getting any better than this.
I hope the audio quality has increased. I apologize if we were having any technical difficulties. I busted out an old microphone for this.
Did you grow mushrooms on yourself and eat them?
Probably.
You move too fast.
Probably not.
Mushroom
Moist
spores
enough.
need time to settle in. Okay. What'd y'all get?
Natural 20.
And now, okay.
So that's a 21.
21.
8.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are further away. Makes sense. As while he's climbing, turns around, you see he's wearing this assailant, this person climbing. One, they're not carrying a knife. It is a hooked farm implement like sickle. As they're climbing, that's what they have in that hand.
Mm-hmm.
You also notice in a gloved hand, by the way. As they turn, you can't see their face because they're wearing some kind of strange wooden mask. It has eyes, it has a mouth carved into it, it has a nose, but you can't specifically make out any of their features. You can't even see eyes past the mask itself.
I'm going to use one of my axes.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to slam it into the tree in front of where they're about to climb.
All
I
right.
want to aim above them on the ladder.
So you're trying to hit a tree.
Yeah.
Tree doesn't have a very high defense. It's not moving much.
Okay.
Thank God. It is the
It's
star.
an AC 10
Exactly.
Okay.
attack.
That's saying a lot.
If you hit a 10, you
Uh-huh.
will hit the tree. If you hit a 15, you'll cut the board. The next rung that they are grabbing for. So you have 2 spots that you could hit. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Roll.
I rolled a 15. So that's
Plus your dex.
20. Oh, plus my dex?
It's a
And proficiency?
ranged attack.
Oh,
Are you
okay,
if you're
so
proficient in
Then it's
axes?
just an 18.
18. All right.
Just
Just fucking sports, kids.
Off of Klieg's hip, axe is hefted into hand. There's a moment of leaning back and then a release. It ends over end twice perfectly before thunking in and splitting the rung. One piece just flies off in the opposite direction, leaving the other piece that's still nailed to the tree, secured to the tree, left behind. As soon as that happens, and his hand was on that rung when it happens, spins and turns and looks down at you directly. The eyes on the mask squint. And the mouth opens. And there's a jagged row of teeth on the inside of the wooden mouth before it makes a clacking noise before it releases off, and you realize that its head had turned on its shoulders to look down at you like an owl. So as it releases, its head stays looking at you perfectly as it falls off the tree at you, sounding like someone had just dropped an armful of logs.
I've got some upgrades for Penny and Ponder that I've been thinking about now. When I said I'm thinking about it, I'm saying like just as of 3 seconds ago. Oh my god.
I love it.
So now this thing is falling at you with its mouth open after it clacks. So
I'm glad you went
roll initiative. I will roll initiative for this Conqueror
first.
thing.
I'm very glad you're ahead of us in this race to battle.
Technically, I'll do ones with you, so I'm sort of with you.
As it's leaping off, you can see it's wearing
see
very
you
loose
motivated.
robes that just
Ooh.
envelop it entirely. You can't make out its body underneath the clothing.
Well
Nice.
behaved, baby.
Yeah, I got a good child myself
Mm.
too, because we put the others in jail.
Mm-hmm. This one has something to prove.
All right. Anybody above a 15? Whoa. Okay. Record. What did you get?
22.
Jesus. All right. And
18.
all right. Respectable. What did Klee get?
12.
12. All right. So 22, 18, 15, then 12. So you have the first initiative. While it's still descending off the wall, off the tree, you're able to take a moment to react.
Am I like right underneath it?
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Would you like to take a spot?
It is
You are
falling on you.
closest.
It is
Yeah.
about
you
to
are
fall
at
on
risk.
me. And
So
I
we'll save
don't
you for
want
last.
to immediately murder because we're trying to be friends with the people in this town.
Yeah,
Okay.
I suppose if we are big heckin' murderers.
So
in
with the
this
hand
town.
that just released the
Yeah, probably
axe,
not a good call.
Klieg braces themselves to catch them by the throat. They see they want to
You
grapple.
want to grapple. Okay. Before you do that, they're still in the air.
Mhm.
So, I'm going to say that that's holding an action to grapple them once they land at you, because on their turn, I'm going to use their movement to fall the rest of the way and land on you. You can then interrupt that movement with your readied action to grapple them by the throat. Do you want to take any bonus actions alongside with your turn? Because other than that,
Well, I
that's
can't rage.
basically your turn.
I mean, you can, like, emotionally, you're allowed to feel rage.
As its teeth are bared, Klieg's eyes go wide with mania, like manic.
I wouldn't say it's teeth. It's got jagged pyramid-like structures grooved into a flat portion on a mouth chunk that dropped down.
So cool. It's gonna hurt me, and I'm gonna love it.
So good. It's like, hey, you're
I learned something about you today.
throat hugging. You're gonna throat hug it. It's so good.
Throat hug.
Yeah,
I thought it was a good idea.
I love it.
Oh,
No,
man.
and
Okay. King Sunstream, remember, all right?
son of a bitch. All right, use the emote. We made it for a reason.
All right. So that's you've taken that activation. So that's a ready to action. When they get into range of you, you're gonna grab it by the throat.
Oh, nothing.
You're not taking any bonus actions, so you're holding the rest of your turn. Next activation. Smira or Edmatha, what would you like to do?
Lined up. I am.
I have.
Going
I have. I mean, I could do something that isn't as obvious of a murder.
By all means.
It might help you if you do decide to do murder after. Edmatha's still standing with Samira, kind of like, oh, but her pink eyes are more beaded and dark, because she's watching through the eyes of Alduin instead, who is much closer. So she's going to direct Alduin instead to swoop in, because they're floating through the air still.
They activate at the same time as you, so you can actually direct them and still have your full action.
It's fine. I'm all the way over here. So,
Continue with your
Yeah,
explanation, then
yeah.
I'll tell you the mechanics of it.
because they are falling through the air, Alduin's going to swoop in along with them in that motion and dig those talons in at the mask, like cawing and pecking him. In that moment, it feels like it is a swarm, not just one bird, but just so many, all looking to get into your holes and your crevices, and it's too many, and they're everywhere, and you hear the flapping in your ears, and I'm going to use Mind Sliver.
Okay!
Through Alduin. So, Al's gonna cast Mind Sliver for me. It's a cantrip. I need an intelligence save for science.
Okay, so what that is sending Alduin on your turn to go make contact with them, and then you cast through.
Yeah.
And then on your turn, you cast the spell, because you're casting the spell. The familiar isn't. You're just channeling it through your familiar. The fuck?
What?
No, that was beautifully creative, and I love it.
It was a
Also,
good fuck.
absolutely terrifying.
An excellent fuck.
I'm an excellent fuck. You heard it here, folks.
Oh, facts.
Oh, facts! A mouth is an excellent fuck! Alright, I don't have that button on this channel.
Shit, is this universal? Do we need to make this on all the public now?
That's our last orc facts for the day.
Ha!
Focus on the game.
Alright.
I appreciate it. Thank
I
you.
couldn't resist.
Oh, no, that was solid.
Also, the orc fact voice doesn't come to me right now. I need a day. I rolled a 1.
Oh, goody. Okay. They'll take 1d6 psychic damage, but more particular for you is that they'll subtract 1d4 from their next saving throw before the end of my next turn. So if there was anything anyone wanted to do with saving throws, that's where that will come in. So I'll just roll a d6.
All right.
It's 5. 5 psychic.
5 psychic damage. So Alduin flies in and starts pecking at it, and the mind sliver works its way into its psychic, into its psyche. Klieg, you can see that it's twisting and batting away at Alduin as it's plummeting. Now on its turn, it falls the rest of the way, and as it gets within range, you get to interrupt its action because you have readied the action. So please attempt Le Grapple.
Is this an athletics test or just a strength test?
Grappling, I believe, is just an attack. I believe it's an attack with proficiency because you're always proficient with your own hands.
That's a lie.
I am proficient with everything on this proficiencies chart.
Mm-hmm.
I have everything
Actions
except
in
for shields and heavy
combat.
armor.
Heavy
Been a while
Hmm.
since I've run
Very
grappling in
Oh, look at us, we're capable.
In theory.
In theory.
Mhm.
in this. Aha! When making
I'm gonna make
when you want to grab a creature to wrestle with it, use an attack action to make a special melee attack called a grapple. Using one free hand, you try to seize the target by making a grapple check. It is strength athletics. Check contested by the target's strength athletics or dex acrobatics. So, it is an opposed test.
Cool.
Use dex acrobatics. What'd you get?
19.
14. If you succeed, you subject the target to the grappled condition. So, as it has landed in your clutches, you've gripped it. Now, the grappled condition confers the following. Their speed is 0. And it can't benefit from any bonuses to speed.
Yeah, that's basically it. I wanted to...
It can't get away from you.
Yeah.
All right. It is going to try and swipe at you, though. There's nothing that stops it from attacking. It's restrained is the effect where if that gives you advantage against attacks
I can
against
do that
it.
on subsequent turns, right?
Yes, you can advance the grapple into a restraint. But at first you just grabbed it by the throat. So it lands and it makes the sound of it makes the sound of a package of drumsticks rattling in a box as you grab it. And it will attack against you. It's gonna miss, because even using that ain't. I know. You're the Klieg fighter. Fighter AC high. It flails wildly, swinging this sickle at Klieg, and the only spots that it's actually hitting are heavily armored locations on Klieg. So it's skipping
I
off
get
of
plates of bone on my face, even.
Yeah, it's just chipping off of locations, and there's little bits of bone here and there occasionally flying off of Klieg, but other than that, no purchase is made. No.
I got him.
Please tell me you just shouted that out.
Yes.
Yes! Love you.
All right. So roll on to the next turn.
We could find out what they want.
Samira's activation.
I could also, if I can get close enough, I could also attempt to restrain them using my wit.
I don't think you can get close enough this turn.
They got restrained too, so.
Yeah, okay. Just if that was a thing to like accelerate, I figured I'd give that option. I think out of what I have left, because I'm out of mana, and I have my cantrips, I could just use Sacred Flame. My go-to.
You could also yell at them, like ask what they're doing. You technically are the responsible one in our group.
It's weird that I'm being responsible and not
awful.
trying to play baseball
Yeah,
with a sword.
You're technically, like, I don't know if they hired you to watch Ada, but like, you are my nanny. Or governess? Do you prefer governess?
You also have some interesting spell options.
Yeah.
That aren't
no
necessarily
mana.
No mana. Well, you have
Yeah.
cantrips too.
Yes.
What are your cantrips options?
Yes. My cantrip options are mostly functional, like thaumaturgy,
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy,
Mhm.
Mending and Resistance, and then I have
Mm.
Sacred Flame and Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
So, seeing as it's still kind of freaking out and is able to kind of freak out until it is restrained, I think I just want to weaken it. So I think I'm just going to go for Sacred Flame.
To point out though, you can use your action to upgrade the grapple to the restrained by tying him up. As long as you have something on you that
and that's
could
presuming
possibly
I'm-
used to
I can
restrain.
get within distance to do so then?
You can run
okay,
up, yeah.
then yes, that's I think what I would like to do
Okay.
is exactly that. So effectively, wasting no time, Samira will dart towards Klieg and this other, and presumably collectively between the both of them, she's going to get out the. I think we have rope. I think I read we have rope in our explorer's pack, so get the rope out of that, and just kind of work to attempt to bind this thing's arms
Alright.
in a.
Using
fashion.
your skill that way. Apologize for clearing my throat constantly tonight.
Me every night.
I have a chest thing, a normal chest thing, not a that kind of
An
chest.
alien that's burrowed deep. It's
The
just
normal
normal
chest thing, yeah.
things.
Mhm.
So I will accept a animal handling, sleight of hand, or survival test.
Well.
These are wisdom though, because tying up somebody is knowing how to tie up knots.
And I know all about all kinds of knots and all manner of tying them. I've read it in a book.
A dojo.
Listen, it doesn't matter what kind of book. The fact is, I have the knowledge.
There's pictures, okay?
Lots of pictures.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna do the thing. I don't have proficiency in any of those. Alas, my wisdom is decent. So 14.
14. Yeah, that'll let me roll for wiggling. He's restrained, so he is grappled.
You said let me roll for wiggling?
Yeah. He doesn't want to get tied up.
Wiggling.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, can you imagine how scary it would be falling out of a treehouse and then getting immediately throat grabbed by
Yeah, like
Klieg?
basically landing throat first into a fist. Yeah, that would be pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to witness.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
How good a wiggler are you?
How wiggly.
Hey, wiggly. Oh, not very wiggly.
Not very wiggly.
I think they like it. I
It's a
think
1 and a
maybe-
2.
Ah, kink discovered.
Oh.
I see.
Kink discovered. Yeah, they're learning things about themselves
Mhm.
together with
The
us.
worst
For
fucking.
facilitating personal discovery.
I was rolling with disadvantage. A 1 and a 2.
Very broad gap between those numbers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the rope. The rope comes out and Samira gets to work. One quick shibari later.
Wait, does that
Samira.
make me your mistress?
Samira. Cleric of Dominion has tied up this individual.
Oh, blessed be. Here we are.
It was weird though,
I mean,
because it didn't feel like you were tying up a person. It felt like you were tying up
Okay.
what?
That kind of weird.
That kind of weird.
kind of weird.
Mm.
Not the other kind of weird.
Mhm.
God, I hope someone's clipping these.
It felt like you were tying up a bundle of sticks. As it clicked and clacked as you tied it up around its arms and put a loop around its waist. So what I envisioned for this quick tie was one around each wrist and then around the waist, pulling it tight. So it's almost like one of those waist cuff situations. So now it's restrained. Now it can't move. Its speed is 0. you have advantage on attacking it, and it has disadvantage on all dex saves. So, top of the activation order now, because the round's over. Top of the round here. You have 2 activations to go before it can attempt anything.
Would you like to do interrogate?
If you wish to intimidate, you can take an intimidation action in this. See if you can take this out of any combat actions.
Can I help?
Yes, you can. You have 2 activations ahead of time.
I'm intimidating.
They still get the negatives to saving throws right now.
Yep, they have a negative D4.
Mhm.
It's essentially a curse. It's
It's
the
like
reverse of
Bane.
bless. Yeah, it's Bane.
Single target damage Bane. I like that.
I'm a curse.
Not as cursed as my shield.
Oh.
So, who's activating first for this?
You have an idea?
I'm going to assist in interrogating, trying to bring this out of combat. Klieg's going to see after it's restrained. Is there another level of immobilization? I don't think so.
Really? I don't think
No, I
can
think it's
see
just
winning.
like at that point you're getting into like incapacitated, stunned, unconscious, paralyzed. Like that's the only steps above restrained, really. So you'd have to get into like knocking them out or using magic to paralyze them.
I'm gonna knock them prone.
Prone is another one.
Hand still on the throat after the rope has been tied, Klieg kicks out one leg behind their ankles and sweeps it forward while forcing their throat down backwards.
All right. Make
And
a...
just growls into their face.
So this will give advantage on whoever rolls intimidation. I still want to have them resist, so they are at it's strength athletics versus strength athletics. No form of dexterity is going to help them out of this moment. Because they are and I'm going to roll them with disadvantage. Opposed test.
Can I use a piece of well
Do so.
well
Well,
You want to use fortune?
use it.
yeah.
Good. Fate goes up. 17 fate.
That's better.
Fate triggers
So
at
that'll
20.
be 15.
15. Cool.
I just shake my hand.
You very much beat my 13.
I'm glad I used it because my original one was a 12.
Yeah, I saw that. Didn't look good.
oh wait, I'm sorry. It would have been lower. Disadvantage, not advantage. The better roll was a 13. All right. You sweep the leg, slam them to the ground. Roll a d4. Plus your strength mod.
Okay. Well, it was only a 1. Good thing I'm not looking to kill this person. So, 4.
Okay. There is a hearty slam onto the ground. As, again, it sounds like rattling of sticks and blocks of wood. But usually blocks of wood and sticks don't also let out a gasp as though the wind has been knocked out of them. Next activation.
When we say we're attempting to like intimidate or interrogate, is that literally as simple as demanding questions in the middle of a
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Role-
Okay. Just
role
wanted to make
play-
sure there wasn't
role
any
play
weird...
it a little bit.
Mechanical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just insinuated the fucking war of words.
That's fair.
Role play it a little bit, and then I'll ask you for a roll, and I'll decide what their action is going to be when they respond. I just want to keep the flow of time because their action would be dictated by how much time in between each thing happening. So
Okay.
stuff could happen over 3 activations that might change what they would do. Like getting grabbed, tied up, and then knocked to the ground. That could have an effect on what their willingness to continue fighting is. So please,
Fair.
if you wish.
When Samira was tying them up, you said that it kind of felt like tying up wood. Were they fleshy? Were they soft? Did they feel like I was when she was handling their arms, tying them to their side, etc.? Did they feel?
No, it reminded you of the times as a young acolyte when you were told to go collect firewood, when you were bundling up tinder. It felt like that. You can now see this mask that it is wearing.
Okay. Well, despite all of that, Samira will approach them on the ground, and she'll just kind of put one foot kind of right about here on their shoulder in that sort of
Step on me, mommy pose.
yeah, step on me, mommy pose, in that authoritative, you're going to listen to what I have to say sort of thing, and she's going to lean in just a little bit, but maintain most of her height. You're going to tell us your purpose, and we are going to decide to live.
Intimidation with advantage, please.
That is charisma. Okay,
You get to use
Oh.
charisma for this one, absolutely.
that's better.
Oh god,
That's
yeah,
much
that was
better.
a roller coaster. Oh.
Advantage, thank you. 18. Yes, because I have proficiency in intimidation.
18.
Mommy's home.
The the mask shifts. The brows that were furrowed forward kind of rotate out for a second as its head kind of looks around a little bit, almost as if looking for some kind of relief in the sky or the trees above that might show up to help, the way anyone does when they're currently tied up and held down and have a foot on their chest. Seeing that there's nothing there, their eyes go back to being angry. They look right at Samira and respond, "Get revenge!" Their jaw clattering and clacking as it moved, as though somebody was pulling at a lever that was a little loose in its moorings.
Interesting. Looking now that Samira is up close, this mask, does it look to be something that is worn or something that is a part of them? Does it look like it could be removed?
Okay. I will have you roll that perception. Admatha can make that perception test as well. Klieg is gonna have to take, because on their turn they're going to try and escape bonds. So it's going to be a resisted strength athletics test. They have disadvantage. That only goes off on their next saving throw, right?
Yes, it's saving throws.
Okay. Holy shit, dude. Roll higher than a 5.
Yes, please, because I rolled a yeet. That's 20.
I rolled
So
a
it's
4.
25.
I rolled a 4 and a 1. Just
Beautiful.
gonna hold on a second here. Just
Yeah.
there you
That's
go.
a good baby.
Good baby. Yeah, I gotta go.
Because I let Dara look at my dice yesterday.
Oh, fuck.
She was so intrigued by it. Those dice are over there, though. Dara's dice curse is Wheaton-esque. All right. He struggles. And it's like holding down an unruly marionette as it clacks and cracks and clatters against your against its bonds and your grip. Perception tests. What'd you get?
18.
18. Yeah.
The pair of
paying
you, there's no eyes behind those eye holes. There's no spot on the side of its face where you can see where you would remove. Maybe it's like a helmet, but there's no seam. And the neck, you start to notice, is made of the same material as the mask.
Trying to think of some way to hurt this thing.
Oh, do we want to hurt
Frankly.
them? What if they were here for shared cheese, or they were gonna be I don't invited.
They did specify revenge.
Oh,
Against whom and how?
yeah, you heard them.
Okay. I will point out this. As it resisted, and it noticed it can't move, and it feels Klieg's iron grip, the level of secure the grip that Klieg has. It's some of the fight has gone out of it. I'd say its muscles relax, but you don't feel that. You just feel it stops pushing back against your grip. It seems to have calmed. But it is still tied up and on the ground. And there's people out, because you rolled well on your perception tests. You also notice that there's some people out and about in the village that are starting to look at what's going on in your direction.
You know, maybe we should, and Mother kind of like takes that awkwardly larger step over and like crosses past them and goes towards the ladder. Oh, you broke that. I'm gonna
Only
go
one part.
Still climbable.
I'm gonna go let Tradoki know and maybe see if this not person with the knife will let us come inside, because we're making a bit of a scene.
I'll hold it here.
Klieg doesn't stop staring unblinkingly into the mask.
Really cool. And now Mothra starts to climb up the ladder, and as she gets to the door, she just goes just like
Dun dun.
hello.
You made me watch Muppet Halloween.
Yeah, we did. It was wonderful. I regret
Dun, dun.
nothing.
Oh, all right. So you're not bothered. You're just going right up and knocking hard, because you can hear voices as you get higher up. Because it takes you a couple of seconds to
Yeah.
climb up there, so you can hear their voices before you do.
I know that they're fighting, but also importantly, there's that.
Make a perception test
Righty.
as you're climbing up.
Oh no.
Do you want to use a point of fortune?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fortune.
Oh.
Paying attention.
Yeah.
Hehe.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, 24.
Fate's at an 18.
24. Holy shit.
Check out all the eyes. Crow eyes. Person eyes.
As you listen in, you can hear Dradoki and whoever this person is shouting back and forth, arguing about he wants to know where she is. Where is Silmara? You still haven't told me. I don't care how long we've known each other. I'm not telling you where Samara is. But our time together during the war, does that mean nothing? And it continues on in that manner for a little bit.
You'd pause long enough to start to eavesdrop, and you've traveled with her long enough to know this is a bit of a habit. It's people watching. And then she waits for a lull in the arguing.
There's a lull in the arguing. When it gets to, if you're gonna wait till there's a lull, you hear this. I just want to pay my respects. And in a anger-filled response, the other voice just retorts with, well, that would be a little difficult if she wasn't dead, would it? Oh, shit. And then there's a big, long pause. You're expecting someone? No, I'm not. I wasn't expecting you. One moment. You can hear footsteps going over, and there's a small landing, by the way, before the door. So it's like you climb up to a small landing. So you're not just holding onto a ladder and knocking above you. You climb up to a platform that's kind of like the front porch, and then you knock on a door. There. The door opens, and you see that woman that you saw through the window. Like I said, older even for an elven face. Deep tan skin. Wrinkles at the eyes. Looks to be probably of a comparable age to Dodoki. She wears, as I said, simple, comfortable home robes. And you can see that thunder cloud with hoof prints tattoo across her neck. She looks down at you. And Dradoki, from the distance, I know that glow! Were you following me?
Do you want an answer? Or...
Feel as I already know.
Well, you'd be wrong because we weren't.
You left me to my own devices, and then you were going to follow me anyway, as he stomps on over in your direction. The woman just kind of steps back for a second and just kind of observes.
Don't be angry. We apprehended a suspicious person who was sneaking into this poor woman's home. Hello.
Oh,
hi.
So you were coming to nab this one then? She points at Dradoki. That's uncalled for.
Actually, we were just killing time because they wouldn't let us in your beautiful grove. But sure.
She looks confused for a moment and then just kind of rolls her eyes. The garden. Remember, no one from outside the Horse Clan is allowed in. You have to prove yourself first before you can enter.
Oh, there's a way. That's not the point. It's just that we have this. They were coming into your home with a knife, and we have them down there. Were you expecting someone?
No, I wasn't expecting anyone. I wasn't expecting an old fuck, a glowing new arrival, and definitely not someone wielding a knife. Dradoki, what have you brought to my home? Mokum, please, understand. What have you brought to this woman's doorstep?
Do we hear this from down below?
You can hear it going on above you. Maybe not perfect word for word, but you can definitely hear the conversation.
Can I show you what we brought to her doorstep?
You
Fine.
just hear from the ground, what am I doing with this bag of sticks? As Cleek just yells up the tree.
You can hear the clattering again, just...
Stop it!
It's kind of late, and everyone's starting to look at us.
Fine. I'll... Mokum, we'll continue this conversation shortly. I'll go handle this. You? Please wait for me. You have some explaining to do.
Yeah, that's really awkward.
Oh, you're eavesdropping! You're in the middle of catching an assailant, but you had time to eavesdrop. Move aside as he gets past you and then starts kind of going down the ladder.
Can you grab my axe on your way down?
There's just step. Thunk. Step. And he just kind of drops it on the ground next to you.
That's fine.
Did Edmotha follow down? Okay. The trap door is left open, by the way. It's not a trap door. The horizontal door is left open, and Mokim's just standing, leaning against the wall, looking down, and you can see her from above. Just kind of Her hair is pitch black and braided along one side. And it hangs down to about her shoulder on the other. Just stands there watching. You feel as though she would just be stirring tea if she had it in hand. That kind of energy. Dradoki gets down, hops the final rung down. There's a little space longer for him. Lands and just turns. All right, you bag of bones, what is it?
Oh.
Really sour today.
Klieg just kind of lets up slightly on the throat of this thing just to bring it up to show Dradoki. Like, literally lifting it like a kindergartner with a proud school project. Like, we found this thing with a sickle. Seems to be made of wood. Said something about revenge. And then puts the hand back down, holding it back down.
That's absurd. There would be no one that would be seeking revenge against the likes of I. I tell stories.
Well, maybe your friend. As Klieg looks up and then immediately looks back down and goes back under the hood.
just looks at Dradoki and rattles out you wouldn't take me on, so I sought out your competition at your suggestion. He just and Dradoki just kind of sits there for a second. Wait. You're that sprat from 2 seasons ago? Up in Leone? Yes. Well, you've seen better days, lad. What happened? Your advice! You said to go ask another bard, and I did! I asked Lady Ligaya. Make sure I'm not looking directly at the name. Give me 1 second, double check I just said it right. NPCs of note. Old.
It's okay. He's currently Puppet Pal is the whole language for our buddy.
Yeah, Lady Ligaya.
Okay.
Ligeia. If you want a spelling.
Imagining the crossing walks. Like, wait.
You sought out that psychopath? You said to go ask another one!
Another psychopath?
There's like a as it turns its head in your direction, like it ratchets. It looks to Edmontha. Another bard! I wanted to learn to perform!
Wait, what? Why were you going to... And she gestures towards the...
I respected him at one time.
I get that things seem to be going poorly, but were you going to really kill the old man?
Well, yeah. Felt like the right thing to do. It's because of him.
Wouldn't it be this Ligaya person?
Yeah, I think we should kill Lady Ligaya instead.
Can't find her.
Oh.
Heard he was in town.
Well, it sounds like you're being very impatient about this.
Don't care.
Wait, did she do this? She did this too?
How are you a tree?
I was a person before I was a tree.
Well, what happened?
One of his kind happened. She asked me if I was really interested in performing. And said I could be part of the show. So she made me part of the show. 2 years I've been dancing. But not because I wanted to. The way she wanted me to. And then she fucked off back to Glividatel. And I am left wandering around this God's forsaken forest. And the last thing I heard was that he was here. I thought I'd get whatever I could.
Have I heard of this Lady Ligaya?
Make
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna make a test.
Okay.
You're gonna make a test.
Please
We'll
be
go with
intelligence.
it's gonna be intelligence.
Okay, yay.
We'll go with either history.
All of them are the same.
Oh, you have none of the intelligence skills?
No.
Yeah, I'll take it's
Negative, in fact.
history for 100, Alex.
Alright. 10. I rolled an 11.
It's because she's kind of famous in the city.
Oh.
Lady Ligaya was a she is an avant-garde necromantic performer. You specifically remember a certain someone saying that I'll get you the quote. Give me a second.
Oh, goody. Okay. And by certain someone, you mean...
Yeah.
Okay.
She complained about a performance that she went to because she had heard that her fans were saying that her arrangement of existential screams would be prettier than an angel, and she's heard an angel scream, and it wasn't prettier.
Then a what angel? Oh, yeah. I can't decide if that's gold. So you weren't prettier than an angel scream.
He just kind of looks at you and just as it just
Yep,
the eyebrows go down. What?
So you went to a performer from Glividatel for help. They don't help anybody.
Didn't know she was just really pretty and she had a really nice setup. I didn't know she was going to tear my soul out of my body and stuff it in this. It just kind of wiggles.
Admathus kind of has nestled down, sitting cross-legged on the floor, some of the cool fabric warbling around as she nestles. Just quietly watches and is going to start ritual casting detect magic as you continue to talk.
Okay.
Well, maybe there's some way to turn you back. I'm not good at any of that, but...
The only person that probably knew is on top of a fucking rock.
And who might that be?
Lady Ligaya.
Oh.
I said she went back to Glividatel.
Yeah.
So, on top of a fucking rock, as he says Glividatel again, it pings off in Samira's mind. You do not have to roll for this. This was a very interesting thing in one of Yugman's books. It talks about a massive mesa in the Hornsaw Forest. And you know that Yugman wrote of the ruins and the city atop of it. And putting two and two together, he's talking about that city of necromancers. Because Holofaust talks about them sometimes. And the Mesa Caridae is where Glividatel stands. Atop that massive basalt pillar.
And so do the eyes that pass through the holes in Admatha's crown. Because, like, people passing through a peephole, there's eyes of different types. A green one, a blue one shaped like a goat, one... all sorts. They just kind of peer in like there's a show to be seen. In the different openings.
Identify via old one. That's fucking awesome. I love it.
Well, I can't quite see it, so maybe someone else could see what's the interesting thing.
Awesome. So you're looking at him. And what did you cast? Identify or detect magic?
I don't think you can do identify on a person, so detect magic?
You can do identify on items.
Oh.
So that's an ethical question now, isn't it? And
Constructs count.
do they? Okay, so in this case, I guess is that
You can detect magic as well. Like, you can do both. Did you
Okay.
say ritual cast it?
Yes.
There's 10 minutes.
Well, that's why I said while they were talking.
Ah, okay. Screw it. Sure.
I mean, I haven't used 4 spells. If you want.
Yeah, he's glowing with. You can see elements of enchantment coursing across its surface, and you can see the black marks of soul magic necromancy.
Lying.
As you say that, I wasn't done with the
Oh,
description.
I'm sorry. You paused.
I needed a sip.
Oh.
Oh.
Needs to be caffeinated for this explanation.
There's a brighter spot where that magic coalesces underneath his robes.
Like the. Like,
Right over his chest.
Oh, like solar plexus.
Mm-hmm.
You wearing jewelry? And she starts crawling like uncomfortably closer on your face tied up. So she's just like,
Yep.
Smear's fine with
what?
Eyes go fucking enormous as she's getting closer and starts clawing and just pecking at his at the chest area, and he squirms, clattering while he does so. Just get away from that! Get away!
No, but what?
What is it?
It's me!
Where your soul is?
Yeah. Don't take it out. When I was bad, she would take it out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She just sits up.
He uses the other hand to start petting the woodhead.
Just holding him down. It's okay.
Listen, I know what that's like. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Samir's just kind of sitting almost stone-faced, just watching this, fascinated by what's happening, with almost like no connection to what this might mean to her company.
There's a moment of there's a breath. They pause in the air, and Dodoki steps forward and goes, "Oh, I am so sorry, lad. That's... I don't take on apprentices. I don't take on apprentices. I appreciate that you wanted to learn from me, but I didn't mean for you to go off and fall in with someone like that.
Well, if she's
I'm so
Kinda-
sorry.
like you, Chidoki, could you help him?
I don't. No. I tell stories. I don't rip souls from bodies and put them into other things.
No, but you must have a talent. I learned how to detect his soul from you.
I don't know. Does he want to hear a sonnet? That's what I could do.
You're underselling your key.
I don't have the ability to do something that you expect from me in that regard. Yes, I do have my talents. But this is well beyond the pale. No offense. We can... maybe... turns around. What's your name? Just kind of
Oh,
clatters.
we forgot to ask that.
Flatters for a second. Ramset says, for the first time, not clattering. Ramset. The people here understand, and the place where I'm going truly understand terribleness that is those monsters on that hill. Maybe we can see about getting you to somebody who can help. I don't think any of us can help you in what you're in right now. What you're dealing with is terrible magics, but we can talk to a few people around here and maybe... Samira, do you know anybody in Holofaust that might be knowledgeable about this kind of magic, soul things?
I'm going to presume she probably does. Seeing as she lived there her entire life.
She lived in a temple.
Hmm.
And that temple has some higher ups to it. So, especially considering as this is a wrongdoing, having somebody's soul ripped out of their body on, if there's anything that Holofaust holds as law, because that's another thing, as a cleric of Hadrada, you know the laws of Holofaust. One of the laws of Holofaust is that the soul is sacred and is not to be and is not to be toyed with. This is on that level.
Mm-hmm.
So you would know that the priests of Hadrada would do their best to help somebody who was the victim of such a crime. And especially being in Holofaust, they would know who to talk to. Deacon would be the higher above you.
Okay. Mira sort of sits back for a moment, kind of tracing the sky as she sort of searches back in her thoughts and says, maybe not personally, no, but I'm certain I could ask. I know there are people in Holofaust that would know. She takes a moment, pausing, realizing kind of the weight of what she's about to say. Someone who might know more than me. A way to help you. There's got to be someone. There is, yes. I'm certain we could connect you with someone who'd be willing to help.
He smiles as you say that and turns back to the puppet person.
Felt American?
Fabricated
American. Sorry. We've changed that. We upgraded it.
Looks back to him and says, let's see if we could find passage for you back to Holofaust. And I'll write a letter. I know a few of the... I spent a few seasons there. There must be somebody who's a fan of mine. I'll put a seal on it, and it'll be my testament to this poor soul's story.
I don't even know that would be necessary, honestly, Dradoki. I think given the weight of the offense, that alone should be enough. Sufficient motivation to aid in his recovery.
I still think it's something I should do. Thank you. See, you don't even need my help, but I'll give you what I can. Okay. I'll take care of him, and I'll make sure he gets onto a caravan off to Holofaust.
If I let him go, will he try to kill you again?
He looks kind of lost. There's no struggle in his hands. The farm tool that he obviously stole from somebody is just kind of lying on the ground. And he just kind of clatters and as he shrugs. No, I won't. I won't.
Cool. Klieg lets up on him and heaves him back into a sitting position.
He sits up and he's just kind of slumped.
Sorry, Baldwin hurt
He looks. Who?
From up in the tree.
Just looks at looks at Klieg. You're Aldwin?
No.
Oh,
Klieg.
you need to say sorry too.
Why? I didn't kill him like I could have.
His eyes just go even bigger.
No, but we sort of
Stopped him from killing somebody?
jumped to conclusions, maybe with a bit more aggression than necessary.
Klieg sits up, goes over, picks up the axe from the floor, brushes it off, and stores it again. I didn't hit him with the axe.
Yeah, thank
As
you.
much as we can ask. You did well. You did not hit him with the axe.
Good job.
Yes.
Judoki just kind of puts a hand on his shoulder. It'll take me some time just to arrange that. If you wish in the morning, I'll meet back up with you. And we'll discuss what we'll do from here. And I'll also wish to discuss why you were following me.
We're in the market.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me in the garden.
Fine.
You continue your conversation about Samara. Catch up with us later if you want.
Silmara?
Get their name wrong?
Normally, I would say, don't speak the names of the dead you don't know. Apparently, she's not dead.
Oh, congratulations!
He looks at you like, just there's this incredulous look he has. Just, thank you.
There is a cleric that wishes to meet you, eventually.
Oh, an Ironbrand man we met earlier wants to share their dreams about being pulled apart piece by piece.
A fan with strange dreams.
No, they're
Fantastic.
good dreams. They're bad. They're dreams with substance.
Okay then, we'll discuss in the morning.
It'll be
Ah.
nice.
Rams, come with me. He stands him up. Do you eat? I'll meet you back at the cot in the morning. Just kind of starts ushering him away, asking him what he eats, if he needs anything. From above, just... That was nice!
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too!
I'm Martha.
Gonna shout from my doorstep?
I thought we were down.
Yeah.
Yes.
The tree is a doorstep in a way.
Okay, fair. I was thinking of the patio up there.
Do you want to come in?
Shall we?
Sure, I do need to fix your ladder.
I was going to address that. Thank you. She leaves the door open and walks away from the entrance, leaving you to climb up.
Cleek's gonna look around for a branch of something first.
You're in a it's actually kind of tended to in this area, so there really aren't stray branches that much. You might have
Just
to
like
go.
stealing from a neighbor's house.
Rip
Ah,
a step
fixed
off
it.
another labor's house. What about the piece that you like cut
my
off? Did that
clothesline.
fall to the ground anywhere?
Yeah, if it went off flying, I don't know where it went. I wasn't paying attention to that at the time.
You're fairly sure you could probably, with a piece of firewood, fashion a new one. Which, by the way, you can see that there is a a little smokestack on the top of this home. As you can see, smoke going up through the leaves into the sky.
So cozy.
I want to live
Treehouse
in a
cottage
treehouse.
core.
I want to live in a treehouse.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you know how many spiders are in that thing? Absolutely not.
Then you'd have no mosquitoes.
So, climbing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a pile of firewood. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a pile of firewood at the foot of the house. Just grab a chunk of firewood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not going to be very pretty, but it'll be functional.
It's a good like 15 feet up before you get to the platform that is like the front door, and then there's a small angled stair that brings you up into the house itself. You can see the small basket next to the it's actually on the platform when it's not down on the ground. And as you get up to the platform, you can kind of see inside. It's very nice. It's mostly hand carved furniture with knotwork like cuttings throughout. You can see knit blankets, like crocheted style throw blankets across. It looks like it's got a pretty comfy looking couch in there too. It's a wooden frame, but it's got look to be sewn sacks filled with some kind of fluffy material. And there's also a large armchair in front of a 3-legged iron stove. On that stove, a teapot is boiling. And you can see walking over to a small kind of like kitchenette-sized table. There's there's 4 teacups out as she is walking over and preparing 3 cups of tea.
Can either of you drink tea?
Yes, I can. I try not to eat while we're out because, you know, that time I had the muffin in front of everyone and then
You got really sad and angry for some reason?
and the poor woman thought it was about her, and I'm sure it was a really fine. I prefer not to partake while
As our host kind of approaches the tea, Samira just kind of takes a step forward and just says, "Did you want tea as well?" Did want tea? Just 2 cups between us is enough. Thank you.
Oh, sure, that's fine. She doesn't put. She has little spoons that look like they have acorns with holes drilled in them.
They're so cute.
That she just kind of takes that one out and puts it into it's a little cup, and it looks like they're sticking out at the top like lollipops of these little acorn tea diffusers is what they're called. I'm fairly sure. She proceeds to pour them out, and she slides a small bowl of sugar and says, "Prepare it as your wish. I'm Mokim."
Markim, I am Samira, and these are my companions, Klieg and Ada, Admantha.
It is a pleasure to meet you, and I consider you friends, because anybody who can cause that old codger to be as frustrated as that is my friend.
From what I heard from down below, it seems as though you're pretty good at doing that yourself.
Oh, we have a history. As she walks over with her cup of tea and sits down on the armchair and gestures to the couch. It's wide enough for the three of you to sit down if you wished.
Yeah. Klieg will take the
Sits
right
back,
side
like,
so any of the
slightly
spikes aren't immediately
close.
going to impale my friends.
Good call. Good call.
But they leave the hood up.
Okay.
Just goes to take the tea and then looks over and goes, "I'm not contagious."
I appreciate your thank you. But I'm a physician myself, and I've seen my fair share. If you need, I could give you a look over, give you some suggestions, possibly clear up. Just puts it down and
Klieg
Oh God.
takes a sip and just eyes wide, turns and looks and goes, "I don't think anyone can," and just
I have cured people of titanic eruption born from Mormo's bosom. I could probably figure something to help you out with your skin condition.
Wow, I love her. That was fucking like.
I don't know if Klieg would appreciate if Samira stepped in or not.
Oh.
Just be like,
yes, please change the subject, please.
You and Jodoki go way back. We're
Immediately turning away from...
short circuiting on my question.
Divine War?
What?
Divine War is what he said they had time together with.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It was, okay. You said you and Jodoki go a long time back. Something about involvement in the Divine War. Did you experience it as well?
Yes, he was a bit of a... He preferred to call himself embedded. I like to say he was embedded in my ass. And he kept bugging us for stories and the like. I personally was making sure that our soldiers were in fighting condition as best I could. Grace of Madriel at my side. But she takes a sip of the tea. He's annoying and prone to fits of hyperbole. He's a good man. As annoying as he is.
That sounds like the same Jodoki we know as well.
Yeah, he hasn't changed then. As I saw.
Did this Samara person also find more with you?
There's a moment. You heard about
Really?
Silmara.
You guys were really loud. Very heated. I don't think I've ever seen him get that shade of red.
He's he and Silmara shared a time.
Not Samira, right? You didn't share a time with Jodoki. The name is very close.
Silmara.
Silmara.
Silmara. That is
You don't have
a
any siblings,
that is
right?
a
Not that I'm aware of.
this is a fun little
scandalous.
accident, we'll call it. Yes. Right. She she, Silmara was one of the elves from the mountains that were aiding us, and she took a liking to Drodoki, and Drodoki took a liking to her, which it's nice to know. I don't know if they would. I apologize. She was afflicted with a. She caught the gaze of a gorgon. She was petrified.
You mean this literally? Or...
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. She was defending a pass. And Drodoki was recording it when it happened. Drodoki carried her back to the aid station. I did what I could, which wasn't anything. She was a statue. I couldn't do anything.
Why did you deny telling him where she is?
She puts down the cup onto the table.
You seem to suspect that she might still be alive.
I couldn't do anything about it at the time. I was able to help her. When she found out what happened between her people and the Kelder dwarves, she decided she didn't want to seek out Drodoki.
Oh, excuse me, what clan was she from?
Oh, she wasn't from a clan. She's from the mountains. She's Drundali. The dwarves have taken to calling them dark elves now. She was beautiful. Her hair matched her white raven familiar that she kept. Moon pale. Almost as white as her skin. You'd lose her in a snowstorm. Not for her eyes. They were very smitten with each other in their own. She was aggressive. Boisterous. He was brash and very, very forward. They were one of those so bad for each other they're perfect.
But if you were able to help her later, why wouldn't she want to at least reach out to Drodoki? It seems like...
Well, when she found about the great betrayal on the bridge, she said she would never trust a dwarf again.
Does Samira know what the Great Betrayal was?
So during the Divine War, the Kelder dwarves and the Drundali elves fought side by side against the Titan spawn. And they were holding their own until a prophecy was found. The clerics of the visionaries of the Kelder dwarves and the Drundali found this prophecy to say that a great betrayal would occur upon a bridge. Well, throughout the war, they were essentially waiting. It hadn't come up specifically, but then eventually reared its head. The situation came to be that they would have to make a stand across a great span in the mountain. They heard about it, they knew about it, and they had two different reactions. The Drundali elves went and stood and decided that they would hold their oaths. And the dwarves feared that the elves would betray them, so they didn't show up at all. And the elves took possibly the greatest defeat of their entire history. The Drunali elves took that defeat. They've kind of blamed each other ever since. The dwarves claiming that the elves would have betrayed them, so why would they show up? The elves saying that they're the betrayal. The king of the dark elves, the king of the Drundali, sustained such grievous wounds that he is to this day locked within a suit of armor on a throne, unmoving, barely alive. Yeah. When she heard about that,
Samira kind of just back with her tea, kind of lost in thought and thinking, reflecting on what she knows of the great betrayal, and just kind of nods and says, I really can't say I blame her.
But I don't understand. She knew Tradoki, though. If you know a person to be good, then that person is good. You've already experienced them.
Sometimes knowing someone personally just isn't a loud enough voice against a larger group of people that they might represent.
I think it's one of those things I'm not understanding yet.
I don't get it
want
either.
to.
Honestly, I hope neither of you ever do.
she also may have heard Radoki's story about her. So she is not very happy with the book that she read about herself in.
It's a book. Can we presume that Samir's having a moment of, oh my god, I know exactly what book that is?
It's one of Dradoki's books of poetry.
Uh-oh.
And there was an Ada dedicated to her. It was long, maudlin. It is considered his most beautiful, tragic work that he ever wrote. Byron would be envious of the level of
That
Oh,
says
wow.
enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
So when she awoke and read those words, she wasn't a fan.
Yeah. Samira, upon kind of piecing that together and realizing it stares off into space, and
It wasn't fiction. That was real?
if anyone was looking at her, they'd notice her turning gradually a gentle shade of red. And it stares off, like, suddenly a lot of things are making sense.
Was it bad? Did it paint her poorly?
No. Maybe a bit too well in ways that I don't think most people want others knowing. It was perhaps a bit too intimate, a bit too aggressive. He trails off, staring softly into nowhere again.
So I may have let slip that I know she's alive.
You did. You did. At this point, are you going to tell him? Where?
Oh, absolutely not.
Well, that's fine, as
I-
long as it's not in Freeholm.
No. I wouldn't say. Especially because I don't want the Squirrel Clan to be so mad at me. Just sips for a second.
With the Squirrel Clan?
Moment where she's holding the teacup. I've done it again.
You're very bad at this.
Damn it. Puts down the...
Well,
Yes.
we have to drop him off at Freeholm.
He's not gonna want to go to Freeholm if he doesn't square away this. Look how worked up he was.
But I think we might want to respect her wishes, at least for right now. Maybe we could talk to her ourselves, separately from Dradoki, and get her feelings on it.
Did she write a book about it?
Oh, no. You could... She's staying with the Squirrel Clan. Don't tell him, please.
We won't, not at least without her explicit permission.
Oh, if... She
Which
just
I doubt we'll get.
takes a moment and says, I wash my hands of it then. If you wish to step into the middle of that, by all means.
I don't think it's really our place to worry about someone else's romantic interests.
Isn't it sad, though, to have something unresolved like that?
Sad, yes, but
You don't care.
It's not that I don't care, it's that sometimes you have to respect people's personal wishes, and though you might...
But his wish is to speak to her, and her wish is to not speak to him, so whose wish is to be respected? How do you understand the hierarchy of wishes?
I don't really know that it's always our place to make that choice.
But what if I needed to know, like right now? I don't know whose wish is more important.
I think you need to learn to sit with that. You aren't always going to get answers, unfortunately.
But you need an answer to decide your action.
You do,
Or you
and
just take no action.
perhaps that's your action. No action, exactly.
Let it work it out how they're going to work it out in the future. Don't put your hands in it. What happens will happen.
She looks across the three of you. Whatever it is you decide to do, just try to make sure no one else gets hurt.
You will.
Must be very aggressive.
She was known as quite the invoker of power.
I've already learned a lot from Dradoki. It would be really...
My brain is also just like, invoker! And now just, you're the best dad! I love you. I'm fine. Sorry. Just really got
Everybody should watch the Dragon's Blood Dota show.
fucking right
by the way.
now. I don't even care if you've never played Dota in your life or you never
You don't need to
you
know
don't need
anything
it.
about Dota. Just
It's
watch the
fucking
show.
good.
It's actually very, very good.
So good. Anyway.
Anime.
Yeah.
My brain went to Diablo.
Oh.
One of my favorite
Yeah.
armor sets was the Thorns of Invoker, and it's just
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, fair.
That's
All
another
Also
good little.
valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all gone wonderful
All
places
valid.
here.
You've all evoked different things.
Good job. But,
Just do me that favor if you would. Now, as she looks out, it's sun getting low in the sky, She turns to you and says, I have to perform my farewell prayers for the evening as Madriel descends beneath the horizon. I don't get out much, so I make sure to stick to my devotions. Good luck in your travels. And make sure the old fuck doesn't get himself killed, please.
That is what he hired us to do.
Good. I hope he chose well.
Hopefully today was a demonstration.
I did not see what transpired, but if you were watching to make sure he was not perforated, I guess you did succeed. She stands up, walks over to the door, opens it, and stands next to it and says, I appreciate a more civil conversation for my unintended visitors today. I bid you a good evening, as she stands next to the door and bows her head.
Oh, we're supposed to. Wants us to get out.
Klieg is already halfway to the door, turns and looks at Ada. Yes. And looks at the woman, nods awkwardly, and then just starts down the stair.
As you nod awkwardly, she says, the offer still stands. Should you want me to see if I could figure something out for you? Oh. As I'm closer, it is quite
Repulsive, I know.
No, I could shave down those growths. Honestly, I give you some relief, maybe.
They go away.
They look painful. They go away? Oh. Please, seek me out, should you ever decide you need it.
Oh, I love that thirst for knowledge.
So glad this cleric of Madriel isn't using...
Goddess of Mercy!
I know!
If
but
anybody
didn't look
would...
to see if there was undead in the area!
If anybody is gonna make sure that somebody's taken care of and not judge them, it's going to be a cleric of Madriel. Which, as you exit, you do see the small entry shrine. A display of swan's feathers and a solar symbol. The symbols of Madriel. Goddess of Mercy, the sun, and other goody two-shoes things.
Yes.
All right, Glinda. All right.
Glinda was more morally gray than Madriel.
She is known as the Archangel, Angel of Mercy, the First Angel, and the Redeemer.
Some of them sound like death metal bands, so...
She wears armor
And
with divine light and a...
cross with Belsamet.
That's her twin sister.
Yeah.
Glinda.
Yeah.
So she bows as Klieg heads down the stairs. Unless there's anything you guys...
Thank you for having us very much.
Mokum walks over and just... It has been fun.
Doesn't seem like the word you were looking for, but that's okay. I sometimes
I
can't
couldn't find
a word.
any other word for it, so I went with fun.
You've at least given us the warmest welcome since we've gotten here.
You got your Doki out of my house, so I'm thankful.
Hopefully we'll have him much further away from your house soon.
I appreciate.
And it starts just descending down.
She bows to Samira as Samira gets to the doorway.
Follows the rest. In passing, the small shrine, we'll say, to Glinda, because I'm completely blanking on
Madriel.
the name.
Madriel,
Madriel.
yeah.
Thank you. I know it wasn't Glinda, but that's forever who that's going
I'm
to be in my head.
sorry.
Thank you. If there's any kind of weird sort of bow gesture or prayer or something specific to Madriel, chances are Samira would know what it is, and in attempting to pay proper respects, we'll just give like a small like version of that towards it.
It's crossed wings over the heart.
Okay, so she'll, as she walks by, she just kind of
You
puts
hook
her
your
hands
you
up
hook your
and
thumbs and you make cross wings over the
just
heart. She
nods and
bows.
heads down the ladder as well.
And as you descend down, as the sun starts to set, and you can see the fires being started throughout the Horse Clan village, it's time for us to take our break.
I'd love to go for.
Run.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. This is the point in the show where we take our quick break. We don't do it where we leave you in the lurch. We do it in shifts. Go ahead.
I gotta go as well, unless you need to go.
You can go.
Alright.
Do it. It'll make it easier for our poor cleric to get out without dying.
That's good. I'm already here.
We do our breaks in stages to allow us to hang out with you guys. We don't put up any kind of countdown or we'll be right backs. You guys get to hang out with us, ask us questions about the game, the setting, our channel, whatever, what have you, and we will do our best to answer. If you are curious about what we are playing tonight, we are playing in the Scarred Lands. We are in the Scarred Lands. We are playing in Dead Man's Rust. This is the mega adventure that I had the wonderful privilege of and honor of being on the writing team for. We had a lot of fun going through this. Travis is in chat. Travis Legg, the line director, the production, what's your actual developer is the title in the book. Oddsboy, it's Dradoki, Dradoki. Just to give you that heads up. Developer of the book, and he wants a quick recap of what just happened. So they noticed Dradoki slinking around the Horse Clan village, and they found him going upstairs, going into Mokim's house, and they overheard a little bit of the argument, but overheard. It didn't go exactly that way because there was a little bit of my spice added in. There was a young person who was afflicted with a little bit of soul manipulation. Somebody who had their soul put into a puppet by a necromancer named Lady Ligaya, who was looking to get revenge on Dradoki because Dradoki snubbed him, and the next bard he ran into was Lady Ligaya. So he was showing up to try and get some revenge. They heard his story, and now Dradoki took him away, trying to see if he could help him out, and they just hung out with Mokim for a little bit and heard the story of Silmara, the poor woman who had been petrified about that. So yeah. But was it a spooky crash test dummy? No. More of a spooky noseless Pinocchio
I like the mask.
marionette. It's
The
yeah.
descriptors for the mask were fun.
That was the mask was actually what I was envisioning in my head, like the green mask from The Mask.
Yes.
When it's not on Jim Carrey's face, that mask
The
was
planks
kind
of it.
yeah. Yeah, Silmara, the petrified, and now hiding out in the Squirrel clan that they were able to talk to Mokim about. So yeah, that's currently what's going on. Bomix has a question. Do you consider acting role-playing or picking choices according to your character knowledge as role-play? I feel you can have good actors, but then they can metagame too, and then less good players at acting, but good role-playing. What do you think? Role-playing, in and of itself, as a broad concept, is assuming the role. So, anybody who makes choices for a character is role-playing. embodying the character and what everybody refers to as role play sections, where you take on the personality of the character. In those moments, I've been at tables with people who preferred not to role play, but they were some of my best friends. They preferred not to perform their actions, but their choices were very interesting, and I had fun. I've also been at tables with people who were very much into assuming the role, and they were garbage people who I never wish to see again. So, yeah, I think that getting into the mindset and the acting element of role play, it just helps. It is not required at the table, so long as everybody knows what you're getting into. If that's the vibe for your table, that's the vibe for your table. I personally like to have that element of being able to go back and forth with my players in character. And as a character, because I occasionally get to play games, I like to be able to engage with the GM and my fellow players. But yeah, the acting skills thing, it's not 100% required.
I think it happens without people realizing they're doing it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
also
the things that fall under acting people don't realize count as acting.
Yep. I don't feel like you can do one without the other. I think one is an upgrade of the other, because if you're doing the acting portion, you're also probably making choices for the character, so it's kind of hand in hand at that point. Let's see here. Any other questions from chat?
Someone asked, for those who are new to the channel, could you explain how the Fortune and Fate works? Because you mentioned that we're close to 20.
Oh.
So.
Aha, Dreamwalker. So Fortune and Fate, it's right over here. Fortune is the little edge that heroes have. You've heard the saying, fortune on your side, or fortune favors the bold. Well, player characters are the protagonists of a story, therefore they are the bold. So we have a system where you can spend points, and the players get to spend the fortune side of that little readout there, and it lets them re-roll a die. It can be a damage die, it can be a skill test die, it can be a saving throw die. Any die can be then, you spend the fortune, you pick up the die, roll it again. The fate side of it is every time they do that, they're kind of tempting fate, to use the term. So what the fate side is those that ticks up at certain points. Every time they spend a point of fortune, it ticks up. Anytime a scene ends, which reminds me, it is now at 19, it goes up. And what fate does is it acts as kind of a timer. As things roll forward, as they perform their parts, as they play, as they go through the game, fate builds, and at certain points it kind of lets off a pressure valve. So at 10, it goes, something might happen, an inconvenience. At 20, an inconvenience or something bad could happen. And at 30, which is the highest it goes to, something catastrophic happens that the players have to deal with. Something goes wrong. Something happens in the story that will cause a great bit of dilemma. I will give that to the players, because upping fate directly, I do not want to let the
we help you enough with that, really.
The players will do it enough. So help the players and you will invariably be helping me. It's gonna keep going. Bomix, it's sort of like the Doom Pool. I've run a bit of Cortex. It's sort of like that. The closest one-to-one with it would be the churn from the Expanse role-playing system. and I try to adapt it for literally every game I run now.
It was a lot of fun to deal with. We got antagonistic with it. We wanted it.
If I'm running any kind of long form game, you bet your ass that shit's going down in there. It's what I work into. Being in the Hornsaw is very much just tempting fate itself. That's enough of it. Yeah. But right now they're in the Broadreach. They're deciding if they want to use the pathways along the Broadreach or if they're going to venture out into the Hornsaw itself to get there faster. We don't know. They've uncovered quite a few little rumors and current events going on that
They're all color coded in my notebook. So they're all tagged.
Oh yeah, no, they've been in the nice part. They've met the Horse Clan, who politely say "fuck off."
This is the front of the travel brochure that they lead with. You know, they really like load it up with that, and then in the back it's like, but also here's also death.
I mean, you could put that at the end of anything from the Hornsaw Forest. Kind of the existence of the place.
I really want the Hornsaw like travel brochure now.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be great.
What could possibly go wrong? That's a good question, Oren. I can't answer that question directly.
It seems like there's an entire book that can answer you, though, Oren.
Yeah, if you want to find out what could go wrong, you want to check chapter 4, I'm fairly sure, of this book, of the of the Dead Man's Rust book. Chapter 4, traveling, chapter 3.
I couldn't resist the segue.
The Hornsaw Forest. Because, you know, things that could happen in the Hornsaw Forest.
Heartwarming.
Heart piercing, that's what that is. That's not warming.
See,
unless you superheated the
Words are
Hornsaw's horn.
This is true. Cauterize it.
This is a great...
That'll save 'em.
I love this piece of art. This poor Manticora just getting hoisted.
Ugh. Got to the sandy part.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
But yeah, that's how the unicorns work. Yes. Oh my god. There's some artwork of things I can't show.
It's fucking killing Kida and I.
The fact that you gave some of the things that I wrote made it to the art department, that gave me never-ending joy. To be able to look into this book and be like, that's a thing I made up. I described that. That was really cool. I can't show them any of it though, because they're not there. They'll get there.
It's the worst. I'm so like exploding with pride and love that you have written a thing that I could hold in my hands and I can't read it.
The healing spell for the undead isn't in that book. That's something I do for my table.
Yes.
But I felt like necromancers knowing how to heal undead creatures would absolutely be, unless that spell did make it in there, and I'm just...
Well, you have me, my spell's listed as Mend the Fallen Form, a first level touch spell, undead only, 1d8 plus my spellcasting mod and HP. Which is very important for our, rotting friend over here.
I'm sorry, what?
That I could heal your rotting body.
No, it's very appreciated. Because our cleric can't.
Yep.
I have one job.
Nope, that's not in here. I've got a few true rituals, though. Ooh, and there's that one. There's a fun conjuration spell.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of fun things that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put this in a little Word doc for myself for later. As we're sitting at that fucking low level, just being like, I can't play with any of these.
You're level 2 in the Hornsaw, you're fine.
I thought that was a different word beginning with F.
Alright.
Yeah.
Our turn.
Yeah.
So, you two, entertain the chat. Dance, monkeys, dance.
We're not wooden puppets. Curse you.
Now you know why I picked
I
that
have
song.
notes somewhere. Wait, what was that crazy woman's name? Lagaya.
Trying to figure out
curse
a way to
you,
work it in
Lagaya.
there 100%.
Do we have any do we have any questions from chat?
Do we? Oh, thank you, Dream. Likes my dress. It's a cut-up Amazon dress, but it works.
I was gonna say, yeah, my wig and this shirt are from Amazon. This is entirely made from scratch.
Hell yeah, it is.
But, you know, weird habits aside, I do love your phone stand.
Oh, thank you.
I like it better than
Also
mine.
Amazon.
Mine's just on the ground. But one thing I do like about it, I can make it very flat.
Yeah, this, I mean, I can adjust it a little bit. Oh, we got raiders? Hello!
got raiders!
Hello, raiders! You caught us in the middle of a break, but as Connery explains... Nerdolopedia. Nerdolopedia.
Nerdolopedia.
Hello, welcome. We are in the middle of a break, which is what, these are usually like 10-ish minutes long, but
10-15 minutes, depending on how much you have to pee and how long it takes you to shove some food in your face.
yeah, speaking of food.
Oh, I should have made tea.
You know, that's, yeah.
You want tea after? But we're gonna go outside.
Tea.
We're gonna go outside, take pictures.
Warm tea.
I'll stay in costume so I can take pictures with you.
I'm gonna be so cold.
And
no. Why are you making
we
a
can
mess?
just go
Please don't.
from waist up if you want to leave your pants on.
Well, I don't have my boots.
Oh yeah, that's
So
true.
I kinda
we'll
have
stick
to.
the waist up. We'll be
This is my
fine.
favorite sentence of the night. Ah, Devil's like tea party. Hell yeah.
I got some chai tea,
Ooh.
like powdered chai tea. So it's the good shit. That's like super sugared and like already has. It's just real good. It's like a chai tea latte in powder form. But I add the G Fuel caramel apple to it. It makes it apple chai tea.
It sounds like it would be like apple cider.
Phenomenal. It tastes like mulled apple cider.
You have my attention. That sounds really good. Wow, this particular protein bar was in the bottom of my backpack. It's falling apart. It got completely destroyed. That's fine. It still tastes good. Like anyone in the chat likes peppermint. Quest has a limited edition peppermint bar.
Yeah, I want to
It's
order some because
really
they're pretty
fucking good.
phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been a mistress? Sable? That's the wrong game.
Oh yeah, Sable is Devil's Orchard.
Yeah. Devil's Orchard.
That's where I play my super soft-spoken intelligence character. Who's real good at alchemy and magic and stuff, and gets really like hyper fixates on things that she probably really shouldn't.
And then you get Klieg.
Dead on
Who
the
fights
inside
good.
and out.
Dead on the inside and out.
Klieg run fast, throw axe. Klieg strong.
Klieg take order. That's it. That's all Klieg's
You're
ever
so
known.
much more than the orders you are given.
You know?
I believe in
That's the whole focus of us going out. Is for Klieg to remember and learn that after 50 years of taking orders, you can still be your own person. God forbid. And also, in case it's not entirely apparent, Travis, we're level 2.
Oh, yes. We are level 2. We have sort of indirectly taken on a lot of side quests, but we haven't started any of them yet, so...
Kill, that would be funny if my character could eat and understood what you were talking about.
Go to this location, say these words, bring back what they give you.
That's an instruction I can... Yeah.
Pay them. Please, God. Don't forget that step.
Oh. With
Comes
what?
home.
All I have are silver script from Gliven Tell.
Oh no! Do you guys take this? And if they don't, just run.
Or kill them, then run. Then there's no one to wonder about getting paid. They can't be upset about not getting paid if they're not alive anymore.
Now I just have in my head, like, the security footage of Queen going into a Burger King.
I can eat.
Oh no!
I can eat.
See,
It's
this is
just
the
whether
one
or not
that
it's
can
not
now.
enjoyable. See, the entire reason Klieg left Gliven was because of a family in one of these here villages in the Hornsaw.
Oh yeah.
When we get to one of them, Klieg's immediately going to go searching for a family.
It's gonna be
If so,
cute.
if we ever go there. If we ever go there.
Or any of our side quests at that town.
Klieg will hear about the town and immediately go into overprotective
Okay,
mode.
I see.
Be like, no, we need to.
That would be very cute.
Yes. Let's just say I had a job, met a family, didn't want to continue the job, went home, killed everyone I was in charge of, and then left.
Oh. Oh no.
I have a feeling Samira might have an issue with breaking the law for a cheeseburger. Yeah.
I know,
Samira just doesn't have to know.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
I'm
how
finding-
it works. As Klieg gains more of a personality, you're gonna notice Klieg becomes more and more of a shit. I
Oh,
have
no.
decided.
Oh no. And Samira's just gonna get increasingly distressed.
You're gonna become what Nijiya was.
Oh no.
Nijiya started off as a little goddamn shit, became an over anxious, depressed cleric, and then eventually turned back into a shit, or started to before they, I don't know, fought an evil battle on top of the chest of a titan under the ocean.
I feel like this isn't too
Yeah.
far off from every healer I play in every MMO. So I'm familiar with this concept of depressed, stressed out healer.
In D&D,
Especially given I can't even heal you.
I have played a paladin, I have played a cleric, I have played a barbarian, I have played an arcane trickster rogue. Now I have played a fighter. I still have yet to play a sorcerer or a warlock or a wizard or a regular rogue. I would really like to, or a ranger. Aside from, me having Jahari's sheet, I don't feel like I am the ranger.
Oh, what are some-
Warlock, sorry, I must have gotten
Where?
piercing tied. Happens a lot where I go to say things and then I get distracted by the fact that I have a piercing on my tongue.
Mm.
And then I forget to make all of the letters because I'm too aware of my tongue.
Fair. I feel like that. Yeah, I can get that.
What are some of the differences between this character and your Damnum character?
Ooh.
How would they do on a road trip together? Running a mall kiosk together? That's a very specific question.
That is a very specific question. What kind of mall kiosk would the two of them? Where would they meet in the middle? Probably something with books. Probably.
Okay.
They're similar but different. They're similar in that both of them work within the confines that of a world with a lot of authority. So Elle was really dependent on the authority of her parents and the laws of exorcisms and demons and all of that. And Samira works within the confines of knowing all of the laws, if that makes sense. Oh, we got lots of bits. Yay. I think
From
those
the
are
dead
bits,
one.
right? Did I say the word
Yeah,
right?
you did. From the dead one. Hey, dead one. I'm also a dead one. Hi. How's
From
it
one
going?
dead one to another.
From one dead one to another. Thank you for your support. I promise I will do my best. As I
Gorgeous.
put eyeliner
Why?
on my lips.
Why do you keep this wig? Sorry. This
What?
just keeps putting hairs into my mouth.
This is what I do on purpose. If I do it
Yeah.
intentionally, I can't get mad at the wig. Ah, fellow dead one. Yeah. See, I am playing a fighter, an undead fighter. And technically a wretched, redeemed from the Scarred Lands. And I am playing, what are they called? A marrow feaster?
Yes.
Basically the one who eats bones, throws the plates on the skin to use as additional AC.
I know someone that can help you with those growths.
She sure as hell can try, but I have a feeling if I let her take any closer bit of a look at me, we were gonna have even more of a panic on our hands. The undead are not supposed to have a soul.
I mean,
So what kind of dead are
know.
you? Mix? Miss? Mister? Pronouns, please. What would you prefer to be called? Klieg has several, kind of. I have
that's a way to put it.
memories from various souls shoved together that somehow made an amalgamation. I know things but forget where I know them from. I can read Elvish, but I try to write it and it comes up as Dunan or something else. I think it's Elvish, but it's really not. those types of things get a little weird. I remember birthday parties, but I've never had one. I remember having a family when in reality I never did. I remember climbing a tree, though I think today was the first time I've done so. It's weird. You're just dead. Well, just dead. Nice to meet you. Me too. Frankenstein, but with a soul. Essentially,
but
yeah.
with feeling.
Frankenstein, but with feeling. I, instead of just being given a brain, I was a reanimated corpse given the memories stolen from those who felt happy and joy. You'll learn all about that when we get into more of Cleek's backstory and Glividatel in general. Glividatel does not like people having happy memories, so when someone does something against the law, people go, oh, well, we're gonna take that memory from you.
That's so fucking dystopian, which I know is like, you know, the hallmark of Glividatel, but my god. Bunch of jerks.
You enjoy a good red drink? Ah, I see, a blood gorger.
Warm, thick,
I
red.
played one of those once.
drinks.
Was a paladin named Thana.
Nice.
Oh, Thana was a treat.
Thana was an absolute shitbag, and I
Yes.
loved her. So good.
A treat in the way that you say trick or treat, and that's Thana.
Oh. Oh, the dead one. Thank you for the bits. You know what? Normally, it's 500. I'm gonna give a fortune for the first time. First time chat, you cheered 300. I'll give you a discount on the first go. Why
We were
not?
bonding over being fellow dead people.
That's good.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't
barely.
have to.
They're
Thank
more
you.
vampiric. Oh.
That was very nice.
That was very nice of you. You didn't have to do that.
Well, see, you also consume from those who consent. I can't get consent because things need to be dead.
That's rude. You could 100% get consent even if their body's fucked.
Isn't that the point? Never mind.
It's a thought train. I don't really know that I want to go down.
Well, first you need a Ouija board. That's 100% real necromancy. They use Ouija boards.
Authentic.
Authentic.
You could just
Target brand.
Dreamwalker
die.
does bring up a good point. You could just take the bones.
That's what I do.
You take the bones.
But do you give them back all nice and like rub down and everything? Cause that's rad.
No,
What
I
do you
eat
do?
them,
Oh.
and then they appear on my skin like scabs.
So then could you eject them and give them back?
Sure, potentially. They wouldn't be bone shaped, but they would be calcium deposits.
All right.
You just need to drink more milk? Could this all be solved? Could the bloodshed
But
stop
your
here?
bones. Oh, I know
What do
about
do with
that
the
spell.
bones?
Bone
Oh.
freedom.
Yeah.
I used it once. I got yelled at.
Yeah, the captain was not happy with you.
Clerics, clerics of
That's a real
Ankili
suspect.
using that spell is
On brand. It was on brand.
I know.
Don't worry about it.
Freedom
Thank
cleric
you.
does not mean freeing the skeleton from the bonds of
It
flesh.
could though. Is a cleric of Ankili. They're more likely to curse you than heal you.
And that's
The likely-
exactly why I did not want to talk to that nice little horse person.
Listen, the simple fact that the likelihood of
the dead one.
of more than one cleric of Ankili getting together for anything to discuss anything
There's a
other
reason there's no temples of Ankili.
big old open spaces.
You don't want a building to go down because that's what will happen.
Okay.
I miss that. I miss Ninja so much.
I frequently think of Elodie. Oh my god, thank you so much.
Another one.
Jesus
Another
fuck nuggets.
Dead one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
My fellow-
much.
My fellow dead person.
Same, yeah. We're in good company. You're like the odd one out with a heartbeat and
I
everything.
know. I didn't really expect to feel weird about it, but here we
Well,
are.
Jamari has a heart. Jodoki has one.
That's
Dora
true.
has one.
Jahari
They're
has
all alive.
beans too.
And beans.
Oh, I don't have
He
any
put those in my
beans.
face. I know. I was
Okay.
blessed.
Now,
I
let's
can't-
get back to our game here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
The place where you can actually go see Door.
Beans. Oh,
Well, he's
Let me
not
remind
over
you that this
there.
character exists here.
also good.
All right. After you leave Mokim's home, where did the three of you really want to set out to?
Oh, we have many options.
Well, it's the middle of. You need to do a sleep. Your body is made of like fleshy things and things that require dinner and breakfast.
I know, I'm very
Oh my
needy.
god. And Martha not understanding. Sun's down, people sleep.
Yeah, I suppose with the sun going down, I will need somewhere to sleep. Actually, Jahari would too. I wonder if we should go get Jahari.
I mean, we've been sleeping on the ground and around the wagon, so I assumed we were going back there because no one's inviting us back into their homes.
That's true. I was really hoping for somewhere more comfortable to sleep, but that might be the easiest solution. Regardless,
Oh,
we should go gather them, I suppose.
It is the cheapest solution.
Yeah, but we did
As
we do.
shiny rocks.
we do
have
have-
those.
so the three of you are heading back to bunk down for the night.
Well, one
It's
of us
either
is.
that or we can see what's going on at the town hall.
That's true. The sun was just starting to set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're not like in the
We
dead
might
of
be
night
able to
yet.
get rumors on what's happening with the leader and what they were discussing.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. We could.
I say as me and not Klieg, because Klieg wouldn't know what a town hall is. But
Yeah.
It's the bad place. You don't go there.
It's where you lock up all the meat when they're screaming, right?
Wow.
Anyway.
So, the three of you head back towards the main square. Within the town square, you can see the town hall. There are people wandering in and out. It doesn't look like there is a doesn't look like there's a meeting happening, but town halls in these kinds of villages kind of become the center for gathering. So, getting together, it kind of doubles as a social space as well as a place of governance. So there are people walking around. It looks like there seems to be a couple of tables set up inside. There are a few artisans that are openly working on small projects in their hands, chatting amongst each other. There's also, from what you can see, there looks to be bowls of large punch bowls, not made of glass, but you can see people ladling drinks into mugs and walking about and talking with others. Make perception tests.
I forget where perception
Oh
is.
no, wisdom.
13.
Terrible.
Does someone want
13.
fortune?
Match.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. So 14s and
13.
13. Okay,
Yes.
that's all well enough. You notice that some of them have small favors on their hips. Little folded lengths. They were probably a rectangular piece of cloth that had been folded over the belt and hanging it about their waist. And on said favor, you can see those symbols that you saw on the flags out by those tents. Each one wearing there's not everyone's wearing one, but there are a few that are walking about that are meeting and talking with the artisans. They're speaking with others around the punch bowl, so to speak. There's a few sitting in the long backless pews, benches that are arranged inside. And from what you can see, the amount of space that there is, you can see that there's something to the tune of there's gotta be like space for like almost 1,500 people. This is a big town hall. This is a big building. And there is a good cluster. I would say maybe from all the people walking about, estimate there's probably 100 to 150 people kind of taking up the space. And in the center of it is a large fire that's burning. A light, you can hear light lute playing as well coming from within, as it's kind of a easygoing social night.
I have to say, this is a very uncomfortable atmosphere for me. Samira, what do we want to do? Just looks at the collection of people having a casual, nice night with a look of.
To Ada's credit, Samira has a somewhat similar expression as someone who has spent more time with pages than people. She kind of quickly scans around and says, well, this is where, well, people come to talk, she says.
Do you think they'll talk to us? Cause
Well, I really suppose that will depend on
There's only
the
one way to
individual
find
person.
out. League walks up to the first person we see.
He's getting so brave.
So the first person, so there's some people walking around outside. You do see that there are guards standing at rest in position. They're not at full attention, but they're, they have their spear leaning up against the wall nearby as they stand, and one of them even has a mug just kind of resting in their hand as they're just kind of looking around. And as Klieg walks up, there's a moment of
Hi, I'm Klieg.
oh, hi, I'm conditioned. I mean, skin. I mean, my name's Talid.
Hi, Todd. So what's going on tonight?
It's our open town hall night. How did you get in here?
We walked in when they opened the gates.
They opened the gates for you? I mean, they very very good. Very good.
It's not contagious.
Oh. It just drinks a little heavier from his mug. That's good. That's good. I hope you feel better one day.
Oh man.
A cleric said you're not contagious.
So this
Yes.
dude has negative in charisma.
A physician said you're not contagious.
Yeah, the one with the person with the lots of feathers. The
Cleric of Madriel said you're not contagious.
that one. They are willing to look at it though to make sure there's nothing they can do for the growths.
He looks down at his mug for a second and just kind of so what can I do for you?
We were just looking around. We're gonna be staying at our wagon tonight, but wanted to see if there was anything happening.
Open house. Don't flake on anything.
I could stay out here.
No, I don't I don't have to worry
Oh my God.
about if you're any kind of, we have things in place. You're fine.
Well, Tyler here said we can go inside. It's an open house.
Oh, Oh, it's somewhere we can go in.
You took that really well. I'm proud of you. But that was awfully inappropriate.
Isn't better than the bartender at Leonie.
Bartender thing? Oh.
Yeah, with the secret sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Martha
From-
starts to kind of linger forward a little.
He also kind of looks over at Martha as she walks up. Are you with the ones outside?
Yes, my friend is, and she kind of does the right there, and then right there.
Oh no, I was talking about the other legionnaires.
We're all friends.
Aren't you?
I don't know every one of them.
Oh,
Do you know every single elf?
in town?
Even when you visit places?
Well, no, but you know, I mean, like you guys, you know, with the look,
No, I don't know.
you know,
I just said I don't know.
nope, that's fine. Move along.
It's true, we can go inside.
A lot of personal growth today.
Listen, a corpse and a ghost walk into a bar. The bouncer's confused. That being said, as you get up to the door, what's the order of you guys walking, by the way? I need to know. Klieg first.
Oh, you shoved me out of the way, you jerk.
Oh,
That's
I
fine.
thought you were still talking.
Oh, Klieg just went to wander in while they were talking?
I can
That
also-
totally
That
sounds like
lines
Klieg
up.
move.
Yep.
Okay, make a dexterity save.
6.
Do you wanna...
No.
No? But we could turn it to 20.
I'll
We're
roll it.
inviting
then.
chaos into our home.
I mean, do you see where we live?
The die has
Wow,
been cast.
all right.
The ritual has begun.
Ritual was done a while ago because as you step on the threshold, you feel a tingle, and then the doors swing shut and slam you into the face. You take 6 damage from the blunt force trauma as you get thrown back onto your ass. As the guard who's talking to Admatha just goes, "Whoa! You okay? What the
Your door attacked my friend!
The door throws the cup, grabs his spear, turns and points it at Klieg.
Oh, I think my nose is broken.
Oh my god, are you okay?
Crack. That's good.
Don't move. As the other guard rushes over with his spear, and they're both pointing at you, and it seems like a lot of people are looking in this direction now.
Samira will put herself in between the guards and Klieg and just say, I'm going to need a better explanation. Why did that door close on my friend? Why are you now taking up arms?
Because it's warded.
Warded against what?
Warded against those who would cause us harm.
And what criteria determines that?
Oh, demons, devils, the usual. As they...
I'm not a demon.
Klieg is neither demon nor devil.
Then why'd the doors slam in his face?
They're your wards. Perhaps you can enlighten me.
I didn't set them.
Who did?
Our elders.
Helen, am I bleeding?
Oh my god. Holy fuck.
Just looks at you. I can't tell.
No.
And Martha kind of comes closer to Klieg and resting a hand. You need help or help?
No, I think if I stand up, these nice men will impale me.
Well, put your head back if your nose is bleeding.
Gonna need an explanation.
I don't understand. What's the ward set against? You said
I was told
demons,
that
devils.
it keeps out demons, devils, aberrations, and the undead.
Oh! No, this is really embarrassing. No. My friends. I said they're my friends.
Your friends?
Yes. My servant. Yep. It's my servant. Nothing looking like that would be alive.
He looks very confused. Please make a persuasion check.
Does my really hard to read facial expression help me? Because I have built-in poker face.
It's disadvantaged because you're trying to convince him of a thing.
Oh, drat. Okay, then.
Use all the fortune you need. Oh no, I don't know.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the other thing. Fortune can also be used for spell levels.
Look at it.
Glorious.
Look at it.
I can't see it from here.
I rolled 2 15s.
Oh.
Wow.
I have a 16 then total.
Good babies. Good babies.
Yes! You're both equally beautiful and valued!
I forgot to bring up the fact that there's the reroll die thing. You can also use it to fuel spells.
What?
Yeah,
Fortune.
fortune can be used as mana.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. Okay.
Oh.
Alright. I'm alright.
Oh.
That's right.
But remember, every time you do, it shoves fate up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. This is such
Alright.
a devil's bargain.
Yeah, I like it. 16.
Branding. Okay. 16. Okay. Takes a moment and he's just like, you performed necromancy.
Necromancy.
Holocaust said I'm
Necromancy?
exceptionally
Bad
at it.
stuff!
No, good stuff. The good stuff.
You performed dark arts within town.
No. Well, technically,
I came in through the doors.
not in town. You want me to show you? I could do it again. Do you have any dead people?
Turns to the other guard and says, "Go fetch the elder."
Oh, God.
The elder will decide what we're going to do with somebody who performs dark arts inside of our village.
I didn't do it inside your village. Oh, I
You
offered
brought
to
it
just
here.
now. Oh, forget it. Like Amata like hugs onto like harmless.
I want to point out the image here. You are currently hugging a 6'2", 210-pound zombie in plate mail.
Clink clink as our plate mail touches.
Oh, Spiky.
You're hugging a bone-riddled tank. Literal, like, ding, 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 kind of tank. And that's what they're looking at. Okay. It doesn't take long. The doors open back up after the guard walks over and closes his eyes and says a word, and the doors just open back in. Runs inside and shouts out a name that I need to look at in the book. Malta. Yeah.
Oh,
Shouts
good.
out, Malta! We need the elder! Bring out Malta! Somebody find him!
Oh, we get to meet a very famous person. We've heard about them.
The guard pretty much assumes a silent sentry over you.
Klieg's legs get pulled in so that they're sitting cross-legged on the ground.
When you did that, he kind of flinched a little bit. Just-
Oh. Can you at least let me know if I said it right?
No! Don't
I didn't?
Oh, let me see.
don't do anything suspicious until I know what's going on here.
I just want to put my nose back. I'm good at talking to people. What are you talking about?
Exiting the
Oh boy.
Sudoku locked for like 2 minutes, and we're just. You come in with pizza and
Exiting.
flames.
exiting the town hall.
The entire dorm is burning,
A oop, don't want to do that. There it is. A not venerable, but not young elf exits the town hall, looking about, angular features, stern, kind of a bushy brow, actually. A dark hair, shaved on either side, so it's kind of a mohawk, braided tight to the top of the head and just out in one ponytail off the back. Walks out. He's got robe thrown over his right arm as he walks out, looking almost like a Roman legate. As he looks around, and just what is going on? I was in the middle of a fantastic game, and now I'm being told that there is abominations and heresy being performed in my village. What? Someone, please explain.
We didn't touch the gate. We followed that rule. That was the only rule we were told. Don't touch the gate. And don't go into town without being asked. And Martha's still like rambling about the rules in explicit detail about what they were said while hugging on to Klieg's arms on the floor.
Samira.
Hi.
Oh fuck! Oh boy, how do I?
Hello.
Oh.
What?
Thank you, chat. That is the perfect time.
Timing. What do you have? As he looks you up and down. God, just shouldn't this be out in quarantine somewhere?
Not contagious.
Yeah.
This?
Yes, this. Oh, I don't know if I've never seen something so vile not be contagious. What?
Leave the house more often.
I have cities to attend to, and I do not need to be told how to manage them by one of your... One of the citizens of the Gleaming Valley does not need to be telling me how to run this village. Explain. What has happened? The guard runs over and does that, like, slide over and not facing you, facing away, like half in front, half, and just kind of speaks, and you can see the eyes of Malta just look down, back to you, look back to him, look back to you, as he's explaining, his head's bobbing back and forth, and then he runs back into position, spear at the ready. Ah. So not only does your kind decide that they are going to take up the council's valuable time
With wanting to help?
with useless requests, but you are also going to defile our village by bringing in your undead pets.
We were invited in. No one told us that there was a rule against anything like that. We were told. She just starts in order listing again the rules they were told. Don't touch the gate. Don't go into the town center without being invited in.
I would call it an unwritten rule.
Is it a rule if it's not written down?
That's why it's called unwritten.
Seems very
What you
confusing.
did as at least I have never felt more disrespected as the leader of this village than now.
The leader of the village. That's curious. That's not what the information I received before coming here would say. Oh, sorry, that's my anxiety. We're good.
Samira isn't vomiting, it's just me.
No, it's just me. This is not Samir. Samir is very collected.
If there was a billboard behind him, it would be flashing "How dare you?" But he doesn't say it. It just reads all over him. There's like if he had pearls, he'd clutch them.
Good. Hottie.
How?
Ass.
I am the steward of this village.
In pure, uneducated arrogance, Samira says, I always thought it was more like a partnership, at least that's what the books always told me, although it seems that your other half is away on business, it seems. That seems like a very strange choice to send them out if your business is important enough.
Okay, I don't know. There isn't a...
Unless my notes are bad, I was under the impression that it was a joint thing.
There isn't a sass stat. I'm trying to decide what skill this would be as unmitigated gall. Performance, yeah. Hold on.
Intimidation, maybe? Persuasion?
I'll accept persuasion. We'll call it persuasion. It's very much a charisma test.
we need
talking to the person who is currently the steward of the village about what their law is. It's
really
fucking
cool.
Fine, like at
friends
the
with the mean
temple, it was
girl.
like a partnership. You know, there wasn't really hierarchy per se. It was
Please
fine.
roll persuasion.
It's fine. There's no rules here.
Except for they're all
Oh.
unwritten.
Do you need
it's very
a point
confusing.
of fortune?
I think I need a point of fortune. I think I want to roll well
Do it,
on this.
do it.
Yeah, we're gonna set our fate up to 20. Here we
Yes.
go, guys. This is
Did it roll a 1?
no,
Oh!
but not better than I believe the first roll, which was also a 6.
Yeah, you
which-
double six.
I can roll one more 6. Does that get me something? This is Team Devil's Luck.
Yahtzee!
Okay.
Oh, that brings me up to a 9.
No! Praise be Zinch. We've hit 20.
Eyes just
Oh, no, I'm so sorry,
squint.
everyone.
I'm gonna roll a die
No, it's
here
fine.
and see what
Oh.
level of fuckery happens at 20.
Are we gonna have to escape out of prison?
No, listen, I can always pull what I did with the bartender and just start spewing what I am.
Squints at you.
Or just literally spewing. He's
could do that
contagious!
too.
And then they just run.
Squints heavily at you. You would presume to inform me of my duties and authority. If it were not for our esteemed visitors, and he starts looking around, and you can see those people with the favors are starting to gather around.
Oh, God.
If it were not for the
Yes.
esteemed honor and presence of our visitors and ambassadors from our sister villages, I would have you all ejected into the heart of the Horn Saw.
Seems pretty extreme.
But for now, I will just stand and get out.
Well. We did say we wanted to sleep back at the wagon. I suppose Jahari would like to hear the news.
I thought this is supposed to be a summit about fixing things, and you're rejecting people just because we haven't done anything wrong. Clint hasn't done anything wrong.
It is not rejection to wipe shit off my boot. Get out of my village. As he turns and heads back inside, nodding to the guard before he does so, walks through the door, grabs another elf by the collar, points at the threshold of the door, and they nod before going over and starting to perform arcane gestures. If you want, you can make an intelligence arcana test.
I also wanted to ask before they closed that door, of the witnesses that had gathered.
They're not closing the door.
Okay. So we can still see everyone.
Yep.
Does anyone look, what are the general
Sympathetic.
emotional tones of the people?
Okay. If you want to look at what's happening inside, it's perception. At what the general tone of everybody's, reading everybody's.
I'll do arcane because
If you want to know what's being done,
I mean, they're probably fucking closing the door on us. I mean,
I think they're just putting report stuff.
yeah.
Closing the metaphorical door.
Closing the me door.
Yeah. It's a yeah. You're gonna roll Arcana. Can I roll Perception?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody can roll the perception test.
Oh, okay. Yay.
Making them look sympathetic. I see colors. Not as good as before.
Well,
17.
natural 20.
Oh!
Yeah.
But it's like closing the door.
At least I got a 17 for looking at their faces.
That's pretty good. You did better than me. I got a 12.
And you got
You
the
know it's
Arcana.
very complex. You know that in Holocaust that you would need to enter the 8th chamber of knowledge to be able to perform this. Yeah? It's a specific spell. You didn't cast Identify, so you don't know exactly what spell it is, but it's strong. But it looks like they're just reactivating it.
Really don't want us in there.
At least I think it's that level. Hold on. Oh no, it's being cast at that level. That's right. It's cast at that level.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lower level spell than
I
that.
think it's 5th or 6th.
Is that all?
8 levels of get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 levels of fuck off.
And I have to charge it every time one walks through? That seems awful.
8
It's kind of like
levels of
resetting
wisdom.
a mousetrap.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta write. It's 6th level on its own. Anyway,
Oh.
yeah. It's a abjuration spell, a spell for warding. You can tell it's on the way he's gesturing. He gestures at the threshold, then proceeds to perform the same thing at the stairs near the front door, the windows, and the main hall.
Wow, this guy sucks. Oh.
You would just want to like walk circles.
So you got a
around
natural
the-
20?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'll just tell you the fucking spell from the
I
way you
mean-
see the gestures. It's a spell known as Guards and Wards. If you walk through a hallway, it will present you with an intersection, and there's a 50% chance you'll get turned around.
Oh, then we'll be stuck here forever. They'll love
If
that.
you walk through a doorway, it will immediately slam the door shut in your face, or it will create illusions.
Oh, that could have been fun.
Stairs become webbed
Hallucinating Klieg.
with the web spell.
Mm.
There's also other spell effects that it basically turns most places into a fortress of illusion and warding. It's so powerful that it can even convince people that they should walk past a place, like by giving the effect. Like it's got lower level spells baked into it. So like web spell, suggestion, illusion. Like, it's got all these extra spells crammed into one 6th level spell. It has been casted 8th. So yeah, you just got a door slammed in your face. It's a fuckery spell, not a direct, like, explosion damage spell.
Yeah, if that had been like symbol, I would be dead.
No, it's not simple. No.
I thought I walked into hollow.
No! That's very different.
Yeah, our ship was much more protected in that
Hey,
way.
hey, Travis, why isn't Hollow cast on the town square?
Seeing as how you go into it at 2nd level, Travis, thank you. For not
Travis,
having it be
I
hollow.
was writing this section. Why didn't they hollow the town hall? What the hell? Anyway. Sorry, I just know the developers in chat.
Oh god.
Excuse me. All right, so. That's called confidence. All right.
Mm.
So 17 for looking at the people.
Yes.
Okay. They're all kind of looking. If it weren't for the, you get the feeling that if it weren't for the way you look, they might pity. There's definitely a look of, oh, check out this motherfucker, as Malta walks back. But there's also moments where they look at Klieg and they have a moment of, I don't know, was it a good idea? I don't know. They seem kind of on the fence about it. But you definitely get the vibe of they think he's a dick.
Good. Good. He's a dick. General consensus.
Yeah, that's a fun note to write. I like that one. On average.
What did Samir get?
12.
Oh. You kind of noticed the same thing. It wasn't a heavy difficulty. Not every difficulty is like 13 or above. Sometimes shit's just a 10. A coin flip on a D20. So, the guards step forward. They're not brandishing their spears at you, but they definitely plant them next to themselves and point towards the gate behind you.
Do I tower over any of them?
They're kind of the same height.
Okay.
They're not specifically they're maybe like a couple of inches, but no towering.
Okay.
They gesture towards the exit.
Klieg stands up, cracking the neck, making sure the jaw still works, and then just nods politely and turns towards the gate.
Very intentionally loudly, kind of using her best theater voice to kind of, project her thoughts into the room if anyone is still listening. Samir will just say, well, I do find it, as if she's talking to Klieg and Admantha, that, I do find it awfully strange that no one seems to find it odd that one of the leadership of this town is missing at an important event. Something to think about while we're back at our wagon outside. Sort of dropping that hint.
I'm going, Klieg, thinking that you're talking to them.
Oh, my heart! It hurts! To which Samira will kind of take a couple steps around. Not you. I'm hoping one of them will come out and talk to her.
Oh.
She sort of links arms and makes it very obvious that the two of them are walking out together and turns. Admantha, join us.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, Ethan. Sorry, we just got
Hello.
raided.
Oh.
Ethan the Dragons is here. See you.
The illumination that usually just slowly ripples out of Admantha almost feels like a flame in a little windy night. It's a little bit more agitated from what you could tell. And just grabs Klieg's arm.
Oh.
The three of you are are ushered out, and you're pushed out a sally port. So the main gates are closed right now. There is a small barricaded double door, essentially. There's a door interior, a short hallway, and then a door on the opposite side. Both doors are barricaded appropriately. Where you are requested to find your way into the night. So the door slams behind you. And off to your left in the distance, you can see the torch marking the road off to that small clearing where all the carts are for the merchants as well as your cart. As the door slams shut, you just hear a low whistle. Just a... You know how to anger people, don't you?
Who might that be?
As you turn around looking for the voice, leaning up against the other the door. Like if you just opened the door from the inside, you wouldn't see them.
Oh, they were on the other side.
They were on the
where
other side,
was.
off to one side, leaning up against the wall. They wear on their hip a favor. They're wearing leather armor. They look to be human, but they are wearing a clan favor. The favor that they wear is one of... Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. This is really easy. Why was I forgetting that thing? You notice their tattoos first. They have strong tattooing around their eyes, and it runs down the sides of their nose, giving them almost like a bandit-like appearance. It kind of wings up along their along the brow, leading up to their hairline. They also have 3 marks going down the middle of their chin. And you can see on their hip, it looks to be a coiled tail with almost like a paintbrush-like marking on the end of it. So it's a white swirl of a tail, and on the very end, it's not filled in. It's just the outline of the end of a very bushy tail.
Like a squirrel?
No.
Fox.
Oh, like a fox.
We're cheating. We've seen certain people's eye makeup
Yes.
before.
Ah, I see.
By the way, thank you, all the new followers. Welcome aboard.
Oh, yes.
We see you.
I seem to be really good at angering a lot of people.
I think that
by
person's
walking.
just super really angry all the time at something. I don't know. The way that wasn't okay.
You're absolutely right on that.
Still fits within the
Tight.
5 types of people I've met. Nothing new.
What type of person are you? And Martha's gaze goes back to the person behind the door.
Oh, me? Oh, I'm just a observer. I'm a visitor. Curious person, though. Somebody pisses off that guy, I tend to like to meet them.
Doesn't exactly seem that hard to do.
You really went out of your... Whoa. Okay, maybe I see why he was pissed. Did you, like, break quarantine or something?
Not contagious.
Take your word for it.
Touch Klieg. Does that make you feel any better?
It sounds like when you rub your hand on a tree that has rough bark.
Oh my god.
What?
Fine.
No, that's what my skin feels like.
Yeah, no, this is fine.
We've been traveling together for a few months now, and she's yet to catch anything.
So,
And she's a cleric.
My name's Kiazi.
Well, hopefully it's nicer to meet you, Kiazi, than it was the last ones we've met.
I don't like Malta.
It's strange that Jonas wasn't here.
See, I've met Jonah before. I'm kind of here for the summit. I train scouts over in the Fox clan. I came here to talk to possibly getting some help from the Horse clan. They travel the most. They know the ways through the Broadreach the best. But they haven't been very forthcoming.
You're not the first to suggest that.
Reason why I'm talking to you is because he is a dick.
Yes.
And he doesn't want to help me. You pissed him off greatly. So, following the enemy of my enemy is my friend logic, curious if you plan on traveling through the Hornsaw anytime soon.
That is the plan.
The big place. Is there somewhere specific that...
Walk with me. As he looks up to the trees and just kind of gives a quick little salute to a cluster of leaves. Motherfucker just looked into the trees to a cluster of leaves and just saluted to it as walking past.
Cleek just kind of goes, if you were the ones that almost shot us on the way in, hi. And then continues walking down the road.
As he's walking with you, he's like, no, they've changed shifts 3 times since then.
Oh.
The one up there is 10 pounds lighter.
How much does Samira weigh? Do me next! She just looks with saucer pan eyes. Wow!
Kiazi, know things!
Use enumerate on me! How many me's are in me?
Oh no.
Whoa, I'll reserve that information for now. Sorry, it's a habit.
Oh, we got drinks back at the cart.
Have my attention even more. As he's walking, he says, I can't really bring this to many of the clans. I was hoping to do it diplomatically. But since you're not exactly friends with anybody here,
The people on the lawn seem to like us. She just gestures in the direction of where the Legionnaires are camped out.
it's like, that's another thing. You come from the Gleaming Valley?
What?
I mean, I didn't want to assume. I don't know that much about your
Oh,
people.
thank you. We're not all friends. I don't know all of us. And I can eat, but I don't need to. And she just starts regurgitating some like little bits of trivia.
That's great. I will remember all of those things.
He's lying, isn't he?
That's the fucked up part. You don't think he's lying.
He's so nice.
I will remember all of those things. But I also know that the Legionnaires, they tend to be good people, and a cleric amongst you, especially one of the even-handed, I thought I could come to you. you should probably shower more often, though. I'm sorry I picked you up a while ago. Just saying. It's a...
No, that's fair.
I don't mean to, like, I know it probably is painful, whatever it is that you've got going on.
Actually, it makes me more resilient, and Klieg knocks against the side of their head.
Oh, okay. Just want to let you know,
Good in a sword fight.
he just kind of leans forward. He's like, you smell like the dead.
It's camouflage when you're in the forest.
Things don't want to immediately attack something that's already dead.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I get...
It's a choice.
It's like
You know
deer
what?
urine.
From any... I've trained a lot of people. That is one technique that I have taught. So you know what? If it works for you and that's what you're going for, you're doing a great job.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a choice. Where's your wagon?
Klieg's trying to sniff themselves.
Oh, we'll get potpourri next time we're in a town that doesn't kick us out. Like from those really... We'll like put it in
Just
in
a
here.
potpourri bag, just hanging around Cleese.
No, just like right in the little nook. We just sprinkle the little potpourri in your...
It's a potpourri bowl inside the...
Here you go.
Samir just leans in. I don't even notice.
Just,
it anymore."
You didn't tell me?
Oh.
Seemed.
So as you're walking, I like the three of you. You're good people. We don't tell many people about this, and I would appreciate it if you didn't share it around. We've got enough trouble on us. People don't trust the clan as much. Occasionally things go missing. That's because one of our rites of passage is going into another clan and taking something.
See why no one trusts you.
Well, I would rather, and as he's walking, I would rather send the... God, what did I call them? I actually wrote this part. Did I call them applicants? Okay. Take the potential scouts who are going to go off on their trial. And I'd rather them be going into friendly territory than sending them somewhere very dangerous. And, clans can't know that it's happening. But I also need to train the scouts. We have a reputation to uphold. We are the best scouts amongst the clans.
Are people missing from your clan too?
What do you mean by your clan too?
Oh, no. Some of the legionnaires.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Not many people, but one is missing. He young new scout, Temba. They were going out on their account, and I chose the Bear Clan for them. They haven't come back yet. They're supposed to take 3 days. Not get caught. But now I sent out other scouts to find out what happened, and I found out the knife that he was supposed to return isn't there, and neither is he.
No one in the Bear Clan knows where they are?
Oh, we can't. No. No. You see, the account is they have to go steal something, bring it back to me, show it to me, and then return it in 3 days. He brought it back to me. It was an impressive ceremonial knife. It's beautiful. But he has not returned it yet. And normally if they fail, they send them back to us, and that happens every once in a while, and that's why people don't like us training new scouts sometimes, but hey, it's the best way to train them to make sure they're ready. They can't be seen, they can't be heard, and they need to be able to make it away with whatever information they need. I'm stretched thin right now. We've heard a lot of story, a lot of reports about the undead walking through these. Oh yeah, you probably heard about those reports. So the reports that you heard about with the undead walking around, your camouflage maneuver,
We saw some on the way down here.
And we heard about the ones by the Butterfly Clan too.
Butterfly Clan.
The Crimson Lake.
Where did you hear that?
Rumors around town.
Oh.
Yeah, mostly we eavesdropped because no one wanted to talk to us.
Oh, no, it's not by the Butterfly Clan. The Red Lake. I've seen reports about the Red Lake. It's not by Butterfly. It's by Apple Clan.
So you're a scout, and you train other scouts. Would you have maybe can you give us a map, because I don't know where any of these clans are, and no one wants to like.
I'll make you a deal.
Oh, good.
I will give you information. I'll even draw up a map for you. But I need you to swear for me that you're going to try and find Temba.
Is the Bear Clan by maybe the Reeds?
He kneels down and he kind of draws out the Hornsaw Forest in a big kind of oval.
Oh.
You know, along the western side, he draws a river. I'm going to be giving you a copy of this.
Oh, hell yeah!
I'm going to be drawing out a map for you.
Okay. I have to go be like, alright, the oval,
Here I
is
am,
it
like,
north
oh.
and south long, or east and west long?
I'm going to be giving you guys a map.
Okay.
This
Oh,
is
man.
Well, if you swear. We'll see. Anyway.
Do anything for a map.
On the northern,
today.
in kind of the middle of it, on the northern edge, he puts a little X. This is us. Then he goes a little bit southeast, puts a little mark. This is the Bear Clan. He sweeps up into the north a little bit. He puts a little X. That's Apple Clan. That's your little Red Lake. Reed Clan, he goes down and puts a little X further southeast. This is Reed. And he puts little flicks. There's like marshes. He's kind of like doodling the map out. It's almost like his job as a veteran scout. Not that Reed. As a veteran scout is to know how to do this. Just looking at the map quickly for one other.
I sound like Morty.
It's a gift either way.
He then goes down and by a river just south, like further south, but a little bit to the west. He marks off. This is where Fox Clan is.
To the west of Reed.
No, Reed is south, way west. Reed, it's like a line southeast where all the things he's mentioned to this point. Fox is south
On the
west.
complete other
on the
side.
opposite
Yeah.
side.
No, I was trying to figure out how far the fox to the bear clan and then back would be. That's very difficult in 3 days.
It's far. Well, they need to be ready. He draws a bit of a circle around the bear clan. He says, this is where, in this range, he could be. That's if he's stuck to the standard route that he should have taken. I'm not 100% sure. But they could be in here. Look for him. If you find him, send word back to Fox Clan. And let me know what's going on. You'll probably be able to get a message to us if you're able to get to any village. We have good runners. I'll draw you up a map and I'll have it to you in the morning. If pulls out a small carved medallion. On it is a marked. It's a compass rose of swords. Samira immediately recognizes it as the symbol of Corian. We were gifted this by Hollow Knights at the end of the war. Our information was paramount in the Divine War to making sure the Hollow Knights were ahead of the Titan spawn. I use this as part of our training. Make sure that nobody can steal an item and never put it back. They have to keep the oath. They have to do what they have to do. So I need you to take an oath on this stone to promise me that you're going to do what you can. Once you have, I'll give you that map. Secure in the knowledge that if you don't do what you say, now judgment's in somebody else's hands. He holds it out in the palm of his hand.
Slam a door in my face, right?
Nope. Just place your hand atop the stone. Swear that you will return Temba as best you can.
I'm gonna make this promise.
I don't see why we would have any other problem. I mean, if someone was hurt, we would absolutely stop and...
If all three of you could. I'm giving all three of you a map.
Go to on it.
As he looks up at you, repeat after me.
That's my sword. Sorry.
Mind of its own.
Repeat after me. I state your name.
State your name. Click.
Swear by, and then
Swear by
God of your choice.
Tennille.
Good choice. It's our preference too. That I will, to the best of my ability,
That I will, to the best of my ability,
seek and return Temba
seek and return Temba
to his family.
to his family.
Your hand feels warm. Like really warm. Not burning. But that kind of warm that you feel when you pick up something out of the oven through the mitt. That level of warm. Never burning, but always like, ooh, that's toasty.
There's a threat here.
As you hold it. And you are affected by... Oh, God damn it. What's the spell?
I'm guessing this applies to all of us since we're all taking the oath.
Yes.
Yeah, we did our best, Captain Planet.
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah.
Listen.
So I need to write notes, so I can't only hold.
Ah.
I can't give you my right hand for too long.
You have been affected with a gaze.
Okay.
I found it just as you guys posted it in chat. I found it.
But is it a code? I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. What did you expect from me?
So each of you has a little
Status
status effect on you there.
Turns out on if it's a buff or a debuff.
Intelligence, religion.
You did it.
Oh no! This is the first time Cleek has ever had to pick a god that they would follow, but based off of what you were saying when we were going in, you're going through the different gods, Cleek decided that one.
I like that one.
Well, it's also what Tradoki did with the binding of the rope or and slicing it. That Cleek
Yep.
was just like,
I like that.
I've got an opinion about a thing. And it's my own that I made.
Baby's first opinion!
Oh my god, I just imagine Samira with two of those big, like, you know those, like, yearbooks that you get for little babies, and it has, like, the placeholders for the hair clipping, and then, like, here's the satchel where you keep their teeth. Nothing weird. Moms do it all the time.
So, you can also make an intelligence arcana test or an intelligence religion test.
Well, I have no
Cleek, you can take an intelligence arcana test or an intelligence religion test.
Now you roll well. You've been good.
Oh, I rolled like shit. Thankfully, you've got Jesus.
I rolled a 4, so that is a 3.
Oh,
My
That's
hand's
warm.
It warmed.
It's warm.
hand warm.
What'd you guys get?
21.
Oh,
6.
all right. There's magic involved. Samira's seen this before. This is
Read about it.
read about it. You've seen it performed.
Oh.
Hadrada, to ensure that sentencing is kept to make sure that sentencing is upheld. This is usually done on those who've been put on a parole. You give somebody an imperative. If they do anything that would deviate from that imperative, their mind is racked with pain. 5 10-sided polyhedrals worth of pain.
Super lovely.
Per day that they do not perform said thing. So you've basically taken a super oath that will be enforced by, it seems, Corian in this regard. Taking oaths is very important to Corian. As you finish your oaths, he nods. Says, "Well, if I was wrong about you being good people, well, Corian will see to it. I'll get you a map in the morning."
You want a drink?
I appreciate it, but I hear Malta has some of the best reserves in the region.
Might as well drink them dry.
I was gonna see if he'd miss one or two. Turns around and says, as he's over his shoulder, he says, "I'll see you in the morning. I know where to find you."
Good
As he
night.
walks away, you can see he's got several foxtails wrapped around his belt off the right side. Yes, they are very fuzzy.
Oh man, Renaissance fairs are killer for me. Whenever people walk around with their fucking tails that they just decided to improv buy at the one shop that just gets
I
it
know
at
exactly
the front of
what
the door.
shop.
Exactly, you know.
I want one.
Look, I have a tail. This is not signaling to anyone else.
Want to touch? Want to touch? Want to touch?
I remember when, like, anime cons were riddled with those.
Yep.
I don't see
Oh,
them so much
absolutely.
anymore.
Those and the paddles.
Oh, those were banned in many.
They are banned now.
Yeah.
Now they're
With
banned.
good
They
reason.
used to not be.
They used to not be, no.
Mhm.
Because there's something called assault.
And
Sexual
some people make
assault.
bad choices.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
you were left standing at the opening to the field. You can see that most of the merchant stalls have been closed down. As you turn to look at the fields, you turn back to look at where he was, and Kiari's gone.
I like that one.
Oh, they seem quite good at that.
They told me they're good scouts, so I was like, they're fucking super ninjas now.
They know how much you weigh by how the tree creaks.
They're listed as the best scouts in the store in the Hornsaw.
Oh shit, he never told me how much you weigh.
I don't think he wanted
Some questions are better left unanswered.
Samira, the only normal one in the crew. So you look back to the market again, and you can see that towards the back, the Legionnaires, you can see fires going. And at night, they don't sleep, but you can tell that there's kind of like a rest time happening as nobody's out and about. It's dark, so training is difficult to do. There's no activity, but you can definitely see sentries and flames that mark presence.
Very human to have a routine, and it makes people uncomfortable if you don't have a routine. I'm not dumb. I wasn't born yesterday.
Like a week.
5 years ago, actually. Thank you very much.
I'm this many. Shut up.
I'm this many. Don't talk down to me.
Don't talk about my weight.
Am I older than both of you?
Yes.
Probably.
How old are you?
I haven't thought about it.
Wait, no.
Metamy hasn't thought about it.
Wait, how old are you?
Oh man.
Me?
How old are you? How old are both of you?
What
I'm
is
5
time?
years old.
Time's not real. It's a construct.
50.
50. What about you?
I think. Close to 50.
Oh, so 27. Why not? That's 27.
Okay. Let's see. That lines up. You look 27.
That's good news. I guess.
Thank you.
Wait, unless you count it from the last time I died.
Oh.
Wait. We're only counting your current cycle, because otherwise I can't answer my question that I asked.
No, I had the me before that.
No, that doesn't
And
count. You're only the you that you identify as you now.
No, that's right. I was dead multiple times.
Multiple times?
But were you still you?
Yes.
How have you died multiple times?
People are very cruel.
No, but like, are you dead now?
I
Are
am
you
dead. But not
Okay.
not dead. I have
We need another word, because this is very confusing for me.
let's just say there are times when eternal death is not so eternal based off of someone's whims.
So you slept.
Forcefully, yes.
Okay. So yeah, you're still. Otherwise, you'd only be a day old. So it counts. You the time before your sleep.
Okay. Then 50.
There you go. I wonder how old. Probably should stop asking people that.
You might find that some are less than inclined to share.
Back at the cart.
Yeah. Probably go home.
I hope Jahari's enjoyed his nap. Meanwhile.
Jahari's not napping.
Oh.
Oh.
He's currently sitting in like long ways along the bench of the coach seat with a camping roll under his head. There's a torch that's been jammed into where his feet, like on the edge of the cart where his feet are. And he's got a knife out and he's whittling. As you walk up, he hears the footsteps and he goes, 1, 2, 3, hey! Where's 4?
He's finding a wagon for a young boy.
Finding a wagon for a young boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long story. We'll explain it after we've settled in. Suffice to say he's fine.
Well, you can settle in. I'm gonna go for a jog.
Oh. Is it because Cleek smells? Are you leaving because Cleek smells?
No,
we found
I
out
just-
today that Cleek smells.
No, I'm used to that by now.
Oh.
I just occasionally need to stretch my legs. It's like
He's got zoomies.
It is that time. They are crepuscular.
Sorry, I had a moment where he said he needs to go take a jog, and my brain went on the ship. Zoomies.
it's dark. He's been by himself. He needs to get some energy out.
It's that time.
Yeah. So he hops down off the cart. He says, Door's sleeping again. Fed him twice though. He's good. I'll see you in a little bit if you're not asleep by the time. No. I'll see you two in a little bit. Good night if you go to bed before I get back.
Don't get in any trouble.
He
Please.
lands, he takes like 2 steps, and then he starts running. And then he drops down to all fours and just starts going through.
Does he ever
The
just come to a
carts.
stop and look around rapidly and then take off in another direction?
He's off jogging. He's getting off some energy. He's been at the cart all day, watching stuff.
No one to play with.
So as you prepare to bed down for the night, with a new oath undertaken, and having been unceremoniously kicked the fuck out of Horse Clan,
I regret nothing.
it's at this point that we are going to end tonight's episode. Check out Devil's Luck Gaming, live on Twitch every week, with TTRPG actual plays, crafting, and gaming streams. Head to @TeamDevilsLuck on Twitter, or join our Discord for live notifications so that you know when the seals have been broken.